FLGN coverage of the Las Vegas Open is made possible by the generous support of our sponsors. Alkylabs.com, Matalis.com, Play with Magic, Frontline Gaming, champions of tabletop, Best Coast Pairings, competitive events made easier, The Army Painter, more time for gaming. Live game scores are powered by the Tabletop Battles app, available now on Android and coming soon to iOS.
Either of us, to be honest.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this round of 6 at the LVO X10, whatever you want to call it, xylophone. My name is Adepta. I'm joined by the amazing, the intrepid Falcon himself, Peter Colosimo. We are here to bring you one of the tippy-top games. The last Australian in the field is battling it out with his Chaos Daemons against Charlie Andre and his very Adeptus Sororitas.
Yes, this is quite the matchup we've got for you guys today. Matt Morosoli, kind of a dark horse favorite in this event. Yes.
Absolute favorite.
No, what? Okay, he's like 500th in the ITC. He's first in the ITC in Australia, which means absolutely nothing unless you're from Australia.
The greatest meta of all time.
All jokes.
Yeah.
These are two top-end players playing quite the variations on some incredible lists. Morosoli's Chaos Demons have absolutely been just dumpstering people here. He just had an amazing matchup into one of the scarier Tau lists we have in the field. Charlie Andre taking a unique take on Sisters by kind of ignoring all the big named characters like Celestine and Morven Val and just taking more and more bodies.
Cheap and waves and waves. It's really quite something.
It's really quite something to watch. They've only done their pregame talk. Just for you guys to know, while we are about 10 minutes late getting started, the judges have given them an extra 10 minutes on the clock just for this kind of setup so we could go over all the things. So this is going to be quite the round, guys. We're doing the scouring. Adam, what can you tell me about the scouring as a mission?
You got to go. You got to send. Fights will happen. Lines will be drawn. There will be a victor. The biggest deal about the scouring is that every objective is in the middle of the table. None of them are in your deployment zone. You can't deploy on any. You can't safely defend any. All can be charged upon. All can be invested. All can be seen, shot, scalped, everything and more. As you can see, we have 5 beautiful objectives. One of those being, they actually rolled off. They both have their own objectives, and they rolled off. And Matt won the 4+ to place his own personal objective in the middle. That is a
Call me Daddy.
Call me Daddy Scarbrand objective right there.
I love it. And Scarbrand is absolutely Morosoli's, I think, favorite unit in that army. He talks him up every day. Scouring. The tertiary or second primary objective here is Auspec's strategic scan, which is an action that units can perform. They can abdicate everything else to do it by standing on an objective that they control. When you perform the action at the end of your opponent's turn, you score 3 victory points. So you can score up to 15 on that extra in this game if you can manage to grab and hold an objective for longer than a turn.
I really expect both players to get a 6, and I really want to know who's going to get the 9 on that. Because usually one player gets a 9, one player gets a 6, and that player is usually the person who wins the game. Yeah,
because whoever gets the kind of triangle or pyramid off, just that extra 10 to 15% of the board is often going to be the person that carries the day.
Now, there are some really big problem units here for both players. And we'll go through the list in a moment, but Soli has 3 big boys.
Soli has the 3 best
He's got
big boys.
Scarbrand, a wound-gated Bloodthirster. What that we mean by he has only a certain amount of damage he can take per phase of the game.
Yep. In favor of Khorne, it is 8 wounds.
Of course. And it starts with, is it 18?
I believe he starts with 16.
Oh, no. It starts with 20.
Oh, you're right. He does start
because you go 882,
886,
22.
It doesn't matter. It takes 3 phases.
We're good at our job. What can we say?
So yes, you can only take up to 8 wounds in a phase, which means that it often takes at least 2 rounds to kill him of focused aggression, and that's all you need, because if you're focusing him down, you're not focusing down the 2 other big boys in this list.
Well, the issue with that is it's nigh on impossible for a Sisters army to one-turn that Bloodthirster. Usually they're a combat and shooting army, and sometimes most of the time, especially with the Bloody Rose list that we have for you, it is overwhelmingly 95% of it is combat.
Yes.
And then some little tech piece shooting units here, there, and everywhere, usually in the form of retributors with multi-melters. But let's jump through those lists. Let's give you guys the full rundown of what you guys can expect from this game. I'm not going to read you what Morosoli has called his list, because it's not for the...
Because it's Australian.
It's not for the PG.
They use English a different way than we do.
Yeah, rudely, offensively. So we start with a Chaos Undivided detachment. He has a Bloodthirster with a Change Caster and a Lord of Change. That is the other of the 3 big boys, big greater demons that we have for you. This Lord of Change is -1 to wound.
Yes.
It is very hard to kill, and it pumps the mortal wounds out. Just spell on spell on spell, evaporates. There are a couple of denies, a couple of good little pieces of tech that Bloody Rose bring that can interact in the psychic phase. Then he's got 1 unit of 10 Bloodletters, 1 unit of 10 Demonettes, another unit of 10 Demonettes, and 3 Nurglings. He loves his Nurglings. And then Elites, Flamers, 5-5-4 as it would come out. Perfect numbers for a Sisters game. You only need about 2 or 3 Flamers to kill a unit of 5, anything Sisters-wise. Then he has his last patrol. This one has Scarbrand and another unit of Bloodletters. This is a great list. It's about as good as it gets Demons-wise right now. Things will change drastically for Demons come Monday morning, but as it is right now, I think that's about as good as it gets. What do you think of it?
I mean, I absolutely love this list. I talked with Matt Morosoli about this list multiple times when I got to the event. He personally thinks it's the best Demons list you can make, and given his performance, I would have to at this point
hard to argue. Yeah,
it's really hard to argue. It's got a speedy melee unit in those Demonettes that can just missile onto an objective and steal it from an opponent. He's got those Bloodletters, which are always going to trade up in any situation. And he's got 2 Warp Locuses in the list, so he can easily deep strike off of them if he needs to. And a Warp Locust, guys, there's a number of unique abilities that are associated with Warp Loci, but the one big thing is that Demons players can usually when you place a deep strike unit, you have to be 9 inches away from an opponent. But with a Warp Locust, you can be 6 inches instead, as long as you deep strike all of those models within range of the Warp Locust model. So in this case, I believe he's the Lord of Change is the Locust and the Bloodthirster, not Scarbrand.
Not Scarbrand.
And then Scarbrand and the Bloodthirster, they just kill things, and the main thing is you can't leave.
You can't. When they get to you, you have to jump through a bunch of hoops and terms and conditions to be able to fall back from that combat. That is a really heinous thing that I saw him do. He almost auto-won his last game versus Tau because both Scarbrand and his Bloodthirster consolidated into a unit of Crisis Suits, blocked their fallback, ate them, and went on to reap absolute havoc through the man's lines. Here, it's not going to be as big a deal because Bloody Rose is a predominantly melee faction, and Charlie Andre is the opposite of shooting.
Charlie has a very aggressive list. It does have some shooting.
Extra.
He did take a Castigator with a battle cannon. So he's got that extra little punch from long range. He's got his 8 Retributors here for multi-melta damage. Let's just actually go through the list.
Let's just go through the list. Yep. Got a battalion, Bloody Rose, as we have already said. Bunch of stuff in the No Force Org slot, but let's go to this HQs first. Canoness with the Blessed Blade. Absolute beast in combat. Very, very, very strong combat. Missionary and a Palatine. So there's no Celestine. There's no Morven Vile. Hell, there's not even a St. Catherine. Triumph. Then in the Force Org slot, we have some more characters. 2 Crusaders, 2 Death Cult Assassins, a Hospitaller, and a Repentia Superior. So we have characters for days.
And that Hospitaller is a linchpin unit in this list. It has the Book of St. Lucius, so it gets an extra 3-inch range on all of its auras.
Yep.
But more importantly, it gives him access to a stratagem where he can resurrect models and units. And so with Bloody Rose, what this lets him do is create charge scenarios that he normally wouldn't have, where he'll intentionally lose 2 to 3 models in a unit, and then res them to get,
in his command phase.
In his command phase to get what would have been a 9-inch charge or a 10-inch charge to be like a 5 or a 6 as he kind of strings them back out closer to his opponent. So it's a really big play for this Hospitaller. He also gives a plus 1 to invuln for 9 inches, I believe, or 6 because of the Lucius. And then another 6-inch aura of 6 up feel no pain.
Yeah, so once again, a very big linchpin unit. I'm keen to see if Matt has the confidence to go for Assassinate, because there's characters everywhere here. Yes. And unlike usual Sisters games where you have Celestine who comes back, Morven Vile's half damage, these are all just toughness 3, a couple of wounds.
Yeah.
Very easy to kill. Troops-wise, we have 3 units of Battle Sisters, so not even any Novitiates, which we usually see. Then in Elites, we have 1 unit of 7 Sacrosancts. a single Dogmata, another Repentia Superior. So that's like I said, that's a lot of characters. A unit of 10 Repentia, a unit of 10 Repentia, a unit of 8 Repentia. So max squads. Essentially, this is good and bad for Matt. Bad for Scarbrand.
Bad for Scarbrand.
Very bad for Scarbrand. Pretty good for everybody else.
Because the thing about Scarbrand, he doesn't let you fall back, but he also gives you bonuses to your attacks when you're close combat with him. So these Repentia, if they hit Scarbrand,
he's toast.
It's a delete button.
It's a delete, absolutely. But in this kind of a game, I think everything that makes combat will kill whatever it touches.
Yes.
Essentially, in this game, it is going to be a very attrition-based, like, trading war. It's not going to be grindy at all. It's going to be big hit, big hit, big hit, big hit. There are a few things, once again, like I said, the Lord of Change and the Flamers versus the Retributors and the Castigator. Those are the things that could pick things up without dying.
Yeah.
And also going to be a very big deal through things like Overwatch from the Flamers. But jumping at fast attacks, back where we go, 8 Zephyrim, 5 Zephyrin, 5 Zephyrim. So that is another 3 speedy, very hard-hitting units. Lastly, Castigator, and then what was it? You said 2x8?
I believe it's 2x... Yes, I believe it's 2x8
Retributors and a single Rhino for that first turn threat. We always know you can chuck a unit or even two units inside that Rhino and then first turn scout it, get a nice big juicy first turn charge. Units like the Flamers, maybe not so much the Flamers, but of course they could be have the Overwatch absorbed by the Rhino, but units like the Lock really have to respect that play.
Yes.
Because it could just go down turn 1 if Matt isn't careful. Looks like we have the secondaries up for your viewing pleasure. You want to give us a rundown of what we got?
So Matt Morosoli chose Reality Rebels. So this is a Chaos Demon secondary we've seen in the past. It's essentially their version of Engage on all fronts.
Yep.
Where as long as Matt has more Chaos Demon units in a quarter of the board than you do, he's going to score points. If he has more in the center of the board, within 6 inches of the center, he scores extra points. So it's a very, very easy 8 to 10 points for Matt in a closely contested game because he has so many of these like 10 model units that he can deep strike, that he can jettison forward. He's got those Nurglings to help him with that. So he's always, it's free points for him. He's taken banners. He's got a lot of infantry units here to score banners. He can turn 1 probably get 3 banners up right away in a no man's land scenario, which is great for him.
And he has OBSEC dominance. He's got like six OBSEC units to 3.
Yeah.
So definitely in Matt's favor.
And then he has gone for it, assassination.
I thought he
gets
would.
3 CP for every character he kills, 4 for the Warlord. This Sisters list has like 9 characters. I might be exaggerating, but not by much.
Not by much.
Between the Hospitaller, the Canoness,
the Dogmata, 2 Repentia Superior, and then Missionary Preacher. What's the Lieutenant?
It doesn't matter. He has 8 characters.
He's got 8 characters.
So
it's a lot.
There's a lot of ways he can score assassination. For Charlie, we have Defend the Shrine.
Yes.
We have A Leap of Faith and Sacred Ground. So let's talk a little bit about Sister secondaries, because they're one of the reasons why Sisters have remained a competitive army for quite some time. So Adam, what do we got going on here?
All right, so Defend the Shrine is essentially pick an objective outside your deployment zone. Oh, look, it's scouring. They're all outside your deployment zone. So essentially, as long as you hold that objective for 5 turns, you get all the points. You get the full 15. A Leap of Faith is essentially using of the resource mechanic that Sisters have available to them, which is via Miracle Dice, and it's the using of Miracle Dice, the expanding of Miracle Dice to gain points. So that is in A Leap of Faith, it is how many you spend per turn gets you the points equation. Yeah. Not like the new version where you have to actually discard one. So, and with Leap of Faith, it's for good Sisters players, that's just 12. You just 12 it. Beautiful. What's the Sacred Ground? That's the one I don't see that often. You want to refresh
Sacred Grounds, you know what, let's just bring it up here. We have this lovely app here that will tell us everything we need to know about secondaries.
I'll tell you quite quickly, though. Thank you very much for the sub and the follow that just popped up on the screen. So I just missed your name, but you are a champion. I would point out now that I thought I saw the first deployment start to go down for Charlie, and it looks like he's possibly changed his mind, but I thought he was putting that Rhino in a very defensive position, which quite surprised me. We thought he was inside that L in his deployment zone. As we can see, we have the Daemons being deployed to the left of screen, the Sisters to the right. Very pretty armies as well. I mean, Matt's actually, I shouldn't have said that. Pretty Sisters. Matt's is a Matt Morosoli project.
You know what? I think it's actually quite nice. At least
it's not bad.
At least Scarbrand is a
Scarbrand's
very
good, but that's not his.
Well, anyway, Sacred Grounds. If one or more Adeptus Infantry or Cult Imperialis Priest units from your army are within range of an objective marker, they can perform this action. The action is completed at the start of your next command phase or at the end of the battle. If completed, that objective marker has been consecrated, and until the end of the battle, that objective marker gains Inspiring, a terrain trait. Each time time a unit from your army completes this action, if if the objective marker that was consecrated is wholly within your deployment score, and you score 1 victory point, otherwise you score 5. So this is a great secondary for him because there's literally nothing in his deployment zone. If he gets those actions off, it's 5 points apiece. Well,
it links in really nicely with the essentially the tertiary, the bonus primary for this mission, where you already have to do a action on an objective. So he can just dedicate a bunch of little mook units to run around doing actions here and everywhere. He's got a bunch of really small squads, the Crusaders, the Death Cult Assassins,
so
things like
I don't
this.
believe those will be able to because of their keywords. But
they need to be
three
Adepta
battles,
Sororitas.
or a priest. So
okay.
So the missionary can do it, the battle sisters, but he's got those 3 small battle sister units that can easily run up. Other than the flamers, Matt doesn't have a ton of shooting that he needs to worry about, so depending on how Matt plays those flamers, it might be a quick 15 for Charlie.
That would be, it's a huge that he's got that available to him. It's obviously he's built into it as well. So yeah, impressive. Well done for Charlie. Really backing himself in those sisters secondaries. So the way this is going to work, guys, I'm sure you guys have probably joined us for the majority of the day. If you haven't, why not? Is we have one more round after this, and that round usually is called the Shadow Round. What is it this one?
So it's still the Shadow Round.
Not really.
Well, so the reason why it's called the Shadow Round in the past has been it was a round that you couldn't watch on Best Coast Pairings, the app that we use to track the games, and you weren't allowed to be in the room. It's a late a late set of rounds, and it was always for the extra guys that were undefeated. So essentially, normally the top 4 players in the LVO, the top 4 undefeated, immediately got a shot on the final day, and then the rest of the players got paired into each other to make up the top 8. This year, because we've had so many people, we almost hit 1,000. I believe at the end of the day, we were at 950 day 1, 960. We are going to end up having about 15 undefeated players because of draws, and then several players that are going to be 5 wins and a draw by the looks of things.
Exactly right.
So what they're going to do is the 14 or 15 undefeated players that we're going to have at the end of this round, they're immediately going to get into the Shadow Round, and then the 1 or 2 people with 1 draw that they're at the top of battle points are also going to get carried in for what will be basically a round of 16, an official round of 16.
Correct. Essentially, it's the rounds. And you can't really call it the Shadow Round anymore because it used to be that not everybody undefeated played. But when everyone undefeated plays, I'm just going to call it round 7. Yeah. We just have a round 7 of this event now.
It's basically the quarterfinals of the event.
It is. And it's kind of crazy that we're at that level where we have to do that.
There was
really
a chance
impressive.
that all of them were going to be undefeated coming in. Now, we did have quite a few draws in the top tables, and so it does look like there's going to be a person with 1 or 2 people with a draw that are going to actually make it in under the wire, as it were.
Exactly right. What are you seeing here deployment-wise? I haven't seen much, if anything, go down for Matt that I've noticed. Looks like Flamers in the bottom left, and possibly Flamers or a character into the absolute left extremity. Ruin.
It looks like both players are playing very passively because of those long ranges that they have for charges. You can see unit after unit going into this bottom right-hand L that Charlie has. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw at least 1 squad of Retributors kind of pop up as close as possible to that bottom objective. And then Matt here, he's just measuring out threat ranges.
Exactly right.
So I do expect this to be a very passive turn 1.
For either player.
From either player, unless a great mistake is made.
Exactly right. And you wouldn't expect that from this caliber of players. For those who do not know, Matt, look, Nurgling's going down right in the middle. They're the bait. They're the bait, baby, to force an exposure of something from Charlie.
This is his trap card, everyone.
It is. So because he's chucking those Nurglings in the middle of the table, something has to be used turn 1 by Charlie. We're going to throw to the floor by Dustin, our man in the field, to give us a bit of update of some of the spicy matchups you can expect us to cover and give you rolling updates for in this round of 6. We'll be right back.
FLGN coverage of the Las Vegas Open is made possible by the generous support of our sponsors. Alkylabs.com, Matalis.com, Play with Magic, Frontline Gaming, Champions of Tabletop, Best Coast Pairings, competitive events made easier. The Army Painter, more time for gaming. Live game scores are powered by the Tabletop Battles app, available now on Android and coming soon to iOS.
Hello, everybody. I am here to update you on some of the top players that we have in this event who are in it to win it right now. We have Sean Naden leading off right now. This is in order to, followed by Folger Piles, Sweet Lou. That is an amazing name. Thomas Ogden in fourth, Joel Wilson, Alejandro, Nassim Fouchain, Mike Porter, Alex McDougall, Jack Harpster, Brian Sipe, Chase Chappell, Matt Morosoli, Taraxel Rocho. I'm sorry I butchered that name, everybody in Spain. I am so sorry. Charlie Andre, Daniel Wolmuth, Oliver Smith, Tom Cohen, TJ Bruce, Nick Nanavati, Brad Chester, Stephen Box, Lucas Troller, who you had just seen on stream as well, take down the Boy King himself, Tim Dietliff from Canada, thank you, Matt Estrada, Evan Tomshkin, Ben Jones, Brian Jones, TJ Lanigan, and Jay Eggett. That is your 30 5-0 players right now going into this round 6. These are the guys that we're going to be watching to see who's going to be going into the Shadow Round and again going into the finals of the top 8 tomorrow. So we will be following, obviously, in addition to our live stream game for all of your pleasure. There are a few of these games that we will be following. I'll be giving you updates periodically as I can on the, I'm sorry. I'm going to call him Louise because he gave me permission to do that. So I know I kind of pronounced that. Versus Mike Porter on table 1 from Vanguard Tactics. That is going to be a spicy match between some Thousand Suns and Mike Porter's Harlequins. Not really sure who has the advantage of that matchup. It is the Scouring this mission too, so it's going to be an aggressive one. And I think so Louise will have the advantage on some durability, and the Mortal Wounds will help get through those 4-up invones that are still around right now. We'll also be giving you the update on Stephen Box and TJ Lanigan. Stephen actually playing Eldari this tournament, which is a surprise to a lot of people. They were expecting to play either Blood Angels or his sisters that he's been known to play, but he has been doing really well, using 15 Striking Scorpions. A lot of people not really sure how to deal with that. Let's see if TJ is able to pull it out at 4 there. Now, we will also be giving you the update on Jack Harpster versus Brian Sipe, which is right behind me here, and I will be giving you updates on each and every one of those because these are going to be some good matches we want to keep an eye on. And again, 30 undefeated players right now. There's only going to be 15 at most at the end of this. And then we're going to be going into the Shadow Round to see if we can get the top 8 narrowed down for tomorrow's 3 matchups and find the winner of the LVO. Now, this is exactly what you guys are here for. Hopefully you're going to be enjoying this live stream game you have here between Matt Morosoli. And I think we're going to throw it back to Adam and Pete to give you the lowdown on the game that's going on. Enjoy the game, and I will talk to you guys shortly.
And we are back. This is shaping up to be pretty spiced. I wasn't quite finished talking about how pivotal and how baller that Nurgling placement was. How do you feel about it?
I mean, this is the bait, right? These are 2 close combat armies, and someone has to blink first. By putting those Nurglings on the middle of the board, that's a free objective for Soli.
Correct.
It's the way that Ruin is positioned. I have to say that was Soli's drop.
Yes.
Because it's giving him basically like a free 4 points here, unless Charlie engages.
Well, exactly right. Well, not only that, it's giving points on Reality Rebels as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the thing about what we missed on while Dustin was talking here, there's been a lot of debate about who can see what. So a judge was called just to go over what exactly each ruin has for visible windows, what is going on when it comes for like what is considered line of sight blocking, etc. Because all they're trying to do here is figure out like. Andre does not want to get hit by Flamers turn 1, and Soli does not want to get hit by Melta's turn 1, right?
Exactly
so that's
right.
Really, all what all of this is discussing. It's turning out to be an amazing game. We've already known that Soli decided to put both units of Bloodletters into reserves.
Yes.
1 unit of Flamers, and he's dropped Scarbrand in there.
I agree with all those choices. Having 2 units of Flamers on the table will really keep Charlie honest. It means that he can't just flood the table. Otherwise, he's going to go 2 Flamers, 2 Flamers, 2 Flamers, and he's just going to pick up units here, there, and everywhere. He can't allow, in this matchup, any 2-for-1s.
No.
The first guy to get a 2-for-1, essentially things just start to snowball in that guy's favor. It's so good. I hope you guys are getting as hyped for this matchup as I am, because I freaking love this matchup personally.
Like the deployment alone is there is so much specificity in range and everything. Like we know, like these 2 guys know what they're doing. I'm very excited to see what happens. The one thing I'll say here, Scarbrand in reserve. Like, this is definitely a Warp Locust play, right?
100%, mate. 100%.
So, like, Soli's plan is going to be, I would imagine, turn 2 or turn 3, whenever Charlie decides to put anything in there, that Lord of Change is going to hop into the middle of the board, pop +1 toughness with his psychic power so that he becomes just a little bit harder to kill. And then we're going to see the big boy come down.
So Scarbrand can't deep strike off the Lord of Change. Has to deep strike off the Bloodthirster. Has to be corn for corn.
Well, you know,
only Be'lakor can work as everybody else. But same difference. Absolutely same difference.
Because he does have that wound
but,
gate.
But what he wants to do is he wants to bait Charlie into a confluence of units where he gets 5 or 6 units bunched up into one big rolling melee, and then just Thirster, Scarbrand, clear the whole thing. Clear the whole deck. And then it'll be really hard for because if you have that, if that Thirster makes it in full health into the middle of the table and you're down on trading pieces, that needs 3 trading pieces by itself. And that's if you have all the Retributors and all the Castigators still alive.
And with Scarbrand ignoring invulns,
exactly.
that's a huge deal against the Retributors, against like everything else in this army, because they'll often rely on that invuln save and getting that +1 from the Hospitaller.
And with busting out all the sweep attacks, you can go, two attacks here, 6 attacks into that unit, hitting on 2s, win on 2s, pick them up. 2 attacks here, 6 attacks, hit on 2s, win on 2s, pick him up. It's gonna really roll.
And he has taken the Relic Axe, so he's damaged 3 on his strikes,
exactly right.
which
not
will matter with the characters.
Only the characters, but hey, they get squished anyway.
Yeah.
But it's really going to be, Charlie has to be able to manage these big boys. With the big Bird, the big Thirster, the big Scarbrand. If he can manage them well, mitigate how many things he has to feed into him to get him dead, he's going to be in a great spot. It's up to Soli to really get the most out of his Flamers and his greater Demons. But I'll have to tell you guys, my respect for things like Demonettes is going up every single game I see this guy play. So many times Soli will come to me and be like, Demonettes All-Stars, killed 4 units, held an objective all game, did a bunch of actions. They are phenomenal units.
Yeah, they're often the first thing that's going to be ignored in one of these lists, and that works to Soli's advantage because there's been so much talk about Bloodletters, about the big boys. Like, everybody knows that the Lord of Change is good. Everybody knows that Bloodthirster's a beast. Everybody knows what Scarbrand does. So they'll often, and they forget how fast those Demonettes are. It's still a lot of high AP attacks.
Correct.
And they're going to pick up, at the very least, all of your chaff if you don't pay attention.
Yeah, spot on. I'm interested to know if Soli values any of the fallback mechanic, the denying of fallback or the tri-pointing mechanics he's built into his army. I mean, if you could trap and not get shot, like the turn Scarbrand comes down, if you can just trap and not get shot, or the Bloodthirster, you can just trap and not get shot by a turn by Retributors, Castigators. It's a big deal, isn't it?
That's a huge deal. The Retributors in a Adepta Sororitas list are one of the scariest things, no matter what, right? Like Bloody Rose is a close combat army, but Retributors, because of Faith Dice, because of Miracle Dice, I should say, you're guaranteeing like an 8 damage shot sometimes from these guys.
Yeah.
So being able to tag them with like a super fast unit like that, it's going to save a full turn on that Bloodthirster, a full turn on that Lord of Change, because Charlie doesn't have to rely on the luck of the die as much as anybody else.
Exactly right. He's not playing fair Warhammer at times. Thank you to everybody joining us in the chat. Team Beerhammer, thank you very much. I know you just came across as preachy or something. I don't know what you're talking about. Are you an absolute boss in my eyes? No Limit 81, Spock NZ, Chelsea Beth. Chelsea Beth is Matt's lovely partner.
Chelsea, yes, we talked about her the last time we were on stream. Big fan. Nick used Matt's list, but it doesn't have Scarbrand.
It does have Scarbrand.
It does.
The lock is Fate Weaver.
Yes.
Because that's Nick's meme.
Yeah.
Nick's meme is Fate Weaver. So, so there's another gentleman called Finn Decker here, who's ostensibly one of the best players in New Zealand. All 3 of them essentially worked on the list together. Nick to the least extent.
Yeah.
He came in late in the piece and just adopted it, liked it, is running with it. But Finn's lost 1 game by 1 point. He lost by 1 point. Matt's undefeated, Nick's undefeated. So whatever they're on, it's the juice. It's the stuff.
I talked a little bit with James Grover from Goonhammer, goonhammer.com, about who were my favorites and his favorites to win this event.
Yep.
We didn't talk extensively about Demons, but I did at one point mention they have a really good game into 2 of the top lists at this event.
Exactly right.
And in the right hands, because demon saves can't be ignored like most other things, like you can take that roll off sometimes and just win the bad matchups too.
Spot on. You could just lean into the fact that you get a save, and a lot of time with the profiles you have, they're not, and just leverage that into enough.
Okay. So it looks like there was one little bit of change while they were deploying. Matt decided to reserve 2 units of Flamers instead of just 1.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I think that's pretty fine. Having a look at this table and how things are going to be essentially pacing out, 1 unit's enough to keep him honest. I do like 2 because you can have 1 at the top, 1 at the bottom, but it looks like he's kept the 1 in the bottom left. in all honesty, Charlie's not going to let him use them turn 1 anyway.
No.
They're mostly there to stop him just thinking he can just bum rush everything into the
Yeah,
middle.
it's just to keep him honest, right?
It is, really.
To make sure that wherever that Rhino goes, if Charlie decides to be aggressive with it, like it's going to go where Matt wants it to go.
Exactly right. We have the players mic'd for your viewing pleasure, and during the action parts of this game, for those who are just joining us for this is their first coverage they're absorbing today, we will not be talking, we will not be interrupting, unless it's to call the big dramatic stuff during the shooting phase, charge phase, fight phase. We will be here to give you the updates and all the juicy goodness during the movement phases and the scoring phases and all that stuff. We'll be covering as much of the rest of the event as we can, and hey, we're not sleeping until about 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock tonight, because we're up here for the shadow round. We're going to keep calling the shadow round, but the round of 7.
The round of 7, and the round of 16. And we're going to be doing it in a whispered tone, so if you guys tune in, you like some ASMR, because they kick everybody out of the room.
It's very quiet.
It's very quiet, and everybody can hear us. Our voices carry. We learned that last year when we did this. So might be a little bit toned down when it comes to how we speak, but still know that we're here for you. Because
the last thing we want to do is say something like, oh, wow, that's in a charge range and somebody missed it and it ends up costing somebody a game. That's an oof.
Absolutely. Cannabis, resub ×5. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much. Please like, share, subscribe, support us in any way that matters to you. We're not essentially being paid. Anything that you guys donate, subscribe, gift to us goes to help cover the costs of this stream. We're doing this out of pure love and joy for this great game and to give you guys the coverage you deserve. So anything you can do to support us, we're nothing but grateful for it.
Yeah, everyone here is volunteers, and we've got so many amazing volunteers here.
Yeah.
Like the guys backstage, Garrett, Dickey, John Quinnell, Danny McDevitt, Dustin out in the field, Seth. Like they're working their butts off, doing whatever they can. Nick Dorch, standing behind us, is like the most amazing table boss I've ever had. He's on top of everything, constantly feeding us info. It's just been a wonderful experience.
Adepta Subroutine's pointing out that Nick has the cheeky Plague Bearer unit in there as well that we forgot about.
Oh, good. Thanks.
I'm not sure if you guys can hear Matt right now.
I did the language check already. They told me that I could just not say the C word and everybody else is fine. But I said I'd get one in. It's part of my culture.
Okay, so we're going to let you guys just kind of listen in to what they're saying as they finish off their deployment. We've got a couple things to do on our end, and we'll be right back.
That's where the blood push is, right?
Yeah. You done? Yeah, well, they're short-range guns, but they go anywhere, so it's kind of the same thing, right?
You want to hit the yellow button on that? It's just a noise-canceling thing, so
Oh, sure.
Thank you so much, dude.
No worries, man.
So they're both connected, so they should
go. Oh.
You guys are so awesome.
Wolf Priest Kjal resubbing 43 months. Wolf Priest Kjal, you've been around for literally forever. I do believe you are 7,000 years old. Crash 7,800 just subscribed. Thanks so much, guys. Oh, Krager. Okay, you guys know what? I want to talk to you a little bit about Krager, okay? Because I know who Krager is.
Tell me a story.
Krager is one of my best friends.
Yep.
Okay, in the whole world. He was a guest extra in the Hobbit movies.
Okay.
They didn't have to have a body double.
Okay.
Okay, he just took off his shoes one day and they started filming him, and that's what they went with. He's just an amazing person. He's like a part-time TO in Moncton, New Brunswick.
Yep.
He does a lot of work for the community. He's one of the most generous souls I've ever known. So I'm going to use my power here, this unlimited power I have, to just say that he's an amazing, amazing, very small man who I love dearly. Thank you so much, Kreger. And I really hope it was the same Kreger. I just have to assume it is. If who I'm talking about isn't that Kreger, just take the praise. Just assume that now you are the same man. Thank you so much.
They just form Highlander-esque. There could be only one
There
Kreger.
could be only one Kreger.
The pulse of the quickening
Yeah.
has taken him. How do you feel about that Rhino placement right now?
That Rhino placement, this feels...
I'm done.
Sorry, Charlie's talking real loud, and it really distracted me for a second there. But what I'm going to have to say is that that Rhino placement is pretty aggressive. It looks like he's setting up to possibly get into that Bloodthirster immediately.
Wowee. He wants to get 8 off.
Like, go full jet mode.
We need to get that Charlie Andre turned down. That guy's hot.
He is excited.
He's popping off.
He is like, guess what, guys? I know how to do violence, and I'm going
I'm about to show you
actually,
all.
And you see how he's remeasuring? It's because he's kind of distributed, so he has options. That's what they're actually saying there. He might be able to get into the Bloodthirster with an aggressive play. He can bang into those Nurglings, which he doesn't want to do.
So my issue with the Bloodthirster play is he needs to have a decent Miracle Dice to guarantee it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, he's at the whims. So what? Rhino moves 12. They're going to be 24 inches away. Rhino moves 12. Disembark 9. Oh, yeah, 3-inch charge. Yeah, if that Bloodthirst is on the line, exactly on the line.
But it does look like Matt got the roll to go first, so it's kind of moot. Other than what's going to what Matt decides to do. Because of that equidistance, though, it does mean that Matt has to respect that distance, respect that Rhino, whether he comes up from the bottom or from the top, right?
And I wonder if Matt's going to move at all, or if he just like, Reality Rebels is done, going to start the action, pass the clock.
So he's shifting his Nurglings to make sure all of them are within 6 inches of the center of the table, because he wants to get that extra point on Reality Rebels. And I wouldn't be surprised if he just kind of shifts around to get objectives.
So it was the Demonettes in that back building, and they have moved out onto the top left. They'll be performing the mission action.
Because they have that 10-inch movement. They
just move 10.
They don't fly, but who cares?
It doesn't matter. They just move. They're just like, I'm here, now I'm here.
They have pseudo jetpacks.
Yeah. It's pretty hilarious. Well, I'm always of the opinion that they should be like a dark reflection of what Harlequins are.
Yeah.
So I think that makes sense.
They're like, they're extra sexy Harlequins. And they just move so fast.
I'm happy you said it.
Because of that. Yeah. I don't know if you guys have read the Fabius Bile books. If you haven't, I highly recommend it. Josh Reynolds, incredible author. And some of the stuff he writes about, like Slanesh, about Emperor's Children, just amazing. It's some of my favorite writing of like modern 40k. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah. Exactly right. Cannabis, Falconist Hote's new chapter tactics. Someone make this happen. What do you feel about this?
I mean, I guess so. I guess no one does chapter tactics anymore? Is that a thing? That's stopped?
I have no idea.
I've heard through the grapevine that, and you know what? Maybe you're right. Now that I'm resettled in Eastern Canada, maybe that's what I'll do. I'll start doing chapter tactics again, and I'll have my best Australian friend, Josh Diffie, on.
Bastard. Oh, you set me up, you son of a...
He was so excited, guys.
I turned to look at him and I'm like...
His eyes lit up. I wish you could have seen it.
Is he going to do it?
And then I dropped that bomb. No. Yeah, like who knows?
Diffie would be great. Diffie would be a great
Nah, Diffie has a real crappy voice. He just sounds like he's tired all the time.
I mean, because he is.
Right?
He's the hardest working guy in 40k.
He has 18 jobs.
He does.
He does.
He makes me look extremely lazy and unkept.
I've looked at his LinkedIn. It's crazy.
Ooh, I did not know what he was going to do with that Thirster. I did not believe that.
If I don't, you just come to me anyway.
Yeah. I was not sure what he was going to do with that Thirster. I did not expect an aggressive push turn 1. But looking at where he's gone, I don't hate it.
No.
Now that I'm thinking about it.
I mean, I don't know if you guys heard what he said. You're coming at me anyway.
Yes.
So I think this might be the second trap card.
Well, he's going to get him. What Matt was saying was like, you're going to get to me anyway. Like, so it might as well be on my terms, off my home objectives.
Yes.
Which is pretty much what I believe is a good call as well. And you see how he's on the other side of the crates? So the units that do charge him can't like pile and consolidate onto that home objective. So that home objective is very well protected, and he can actually have a huge investment of resources there without much repercussion. Now, what I do like here is because Matt went first, the clock is ticking on the reserves. The clock is ticking on Scarbrand making it in.
Yep.
Should and I'm of the opinion that he's put them up here because he's got poor lines of sight onto him with things like that castigator like the Retributors. Even though I can see him from every angle, it still needs to be able to see him.
Yeah. So this is definitely a big play for Matt. He's saying, come at me. If you don't come at me with enough stuff, Scarbrand's going to drop down, and he's going to be in your back line.
Exactly right.
And if you come at me with too little, you're in trouble because now you've got a mostly full health Bloodthirster that's just going to start his own rampage.
Did we manage to notice Matt rolling his whoop dice?
I don't think we did. I'm wondering if that two is.
I believe the
we
two.
have two twos. I imagine one is his CP, and the other is his warp dice.
Yeah.
So he has a couple of options there. The Khorne Warp Storm table is the best Warp Storm table.
I agree.
I wouldn't be surprised if he kind of say like he doesn't do a whole lot with it this turn. Maybe boosts a psychic power or something with his Lord of Change.
I want to see him keep as many as he can early game and use them to heal the Thirster.
Exactly.
And that's what I really want to see him do. We're wrong. Well, the dice that Matt had up on his thing was wrong. We now can clearly see it's 3 warp dice. Thank you very much. Looks like Matt has pretty much just tapped the clock back. We've got 3 Unreality Bells and bada bing, bada boom, slap it down, going into the bottom of turn 1 for Charlie. How much does he send? He's got to send something. He's got to do a little bit of sending, but what is appropriate?
I mean, for that Bloodthirster, he's really only have a couple of options. I think he sends in at least 3 units to deal with that, because he needs to make sure that Scarbrand can't come down too close and mess with him. So he almost needs to like pile in as much as possible. But that said, then he's gonna get swept. It's a really big question that Charlie has to answer.
I think this turn 1 really sets up the pace of the game as well. He can't afford to let Matt have a 12. Cannot afford to let Matt have a 12.
No.
So therefore, something has to go to the middle at a minimum. But he doesn't have to do anything else. He does not have to do anything else apart from that. Should he not want to? Now, if he puts a unit in the middle, all of a sudden he doesn't get Reality Rebels unless he removes it on Matt's side of things. So what do you do?
So I think we're going to see Retributor Squad obviously go into the Bloodthirster, try to smack
sorry, you mean Repentia?
No, Retributors.
I see you want multi-melters.
Pop multi-melters for a good 8 wounds. And then we'll see what else happens. Apparently everything's muted, though.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, but they can't hear us either?
Okay. Apparently you guys can hear us. Can we get that confirmed, please? Can you guys hear us?
Yeah, folks, if you let us know if our audio is functional. They did have to mute the player mics because Charlie's mic was crazy.
Charlie was blowing up the world.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, that's when we cut to them. We didn't realize that Charlie had decided to eat his microphone.
Yes.
So you were hearing it being cut. Oh, it looks like the mics are back. So now we will cut so you can hear what he's doing.
Okay, beautiful. We're going to take a step back. Let's roll.
What's the deal with Nurglings?
They have 4 wounds each. They have a 5+ save from shooting, 6 in combat. They're always -1 to hit. They don't hit very well back.
What do they have in combat?
4 attacks each.
No, the defense.
-1 to hit, 6+ save.
How many wounds?
4.
Not obsec though.
No, not upset. So if you charge me, you can very easily take that.
Yeah, I really wish I could get to that objective. I didn't really measure that very well. Boon has to target the closest, and it splashes 3.
Yeah, so Infernal Gateway, I pick a unit, so closest unit within 18, after I move, it hits the unit, and then all units within 3 of that unit. Bolt of Change, any unit within 18, 9 dice, every 6 is a mortal wound. 5 or 6 is a mortal wound. And Smite is just a normal Smite, but I've got a good cast bonus to get a big one a lot of the time.
Can't be obscured, right?
Correct. You can
-1 to wound though, right?
Correct. And toughness 8 at the moment.
Doesn't have -1 damage or anything, does he?
It is not.
I guess, I don't know. Might as well start shooting at him.
You've got nothing else to shoot, right?
Not really. T8 on the Bloodthirster?
Yes.
What other stuff does he have going on?
4+ save. That's it.
I can't improve on that, right?
What's that?
He can't improve on that, right?
No.
Melee or anything?
No, Demons can't improve on saves at all.
Okay, we're going to advance these Repentia.
So they get adventure charge, I assume.
This unit and this unit.
For sure, because you have 2, yeah.
Yeah, let's see what they get. 9 plus 1 is a 10.
Yeah.
Just want to. This guy is not. I'll pull this one instead. Are we agreeing that's a 9 in?
Sure.
Sweet.
You have 9 dice, don't you?
Not obsec, correct?
They are upset.
What's their defense like?
5+ in combat. Toughness 3.
I'm gonna go 28 inches off the back. 'Cause I don't trust this building. You can heroics too, right?
Yeah. Just a normal 3.
First sells both options, why not? Yeah. You can advance and charge, correct?
No.
Oh. 12 and then charge.
Yes.
You took assassinate, right?
I did.
We're seeing some very careful placement here by Charlie. As you can see, he is definitely respecting the Bloodthirster, but it almost sounds like he might be choosing to ignore it. He's definitely going full bore with a full squad of 10 Repentia. Now, with the 2 Repentia Superiors, he can advance and charge with one of them. He can advance and charge with that unit if he likes. Yeah. But he's definitely respecting that Bloodthirster, make sure he's staying outside of heroic intervention on them in case he fails this charge. I'm wondering what it looks like he has a 6 and a 3 for his miracle dice. Yeah. He might be planning on using that 6 for his Retributor squad if it goes off. Otherwise, he can use it on the charge.
Exactly right.
He's giving himself a lot of options. This is very aggressive play, I would have to say.
This is more aggressive than I expected. I thought that with him having the bottom of turn, he might have a very stable turn 1. It looks like he's using both units of Repentia. Looks like we have we're a 10 up top. It looks like the 8 down the bottom being used. It could be both 10s, but I think there's a character in the Rhino as well.
Yeah, and he just threw another character into the Rhino for protection. He's definitely also checking his back line, because if that Bloodthirster's allowed to do whatever it wants, he has to minimize the damage it's going to do if Soli decides to jump over that kind of cathedral in the top right and start to swing back there. Yep. But I don't think that would be Soli's plan in this case.
No, I don't think it's in Soli's favor. I think what Soli wants to do is just maintain the triangle. Establish the triangle of 3 objectives where you have dominance. Yep. He's taking banners. Banners and Reality Rebels pretty much tells me he wants to be stable on a minimum of 2, if not 3 objectives if he can. That's a lot of pressure he's put in that middle. One thing I will say, Soli does not crack Rhinos that well.
No.
Flamers wound him on 5s, 4s at best with the +1 to wound. Then you have to get mortal wound range on them with things like Infernal Gateway Bolt, Smite, etc. So a fully decked out, packed to the brim Rhino can cause a lot of headaches.
It can, and Charlie was asking a lot of questions about Infernal Gateway for that reason, because you see he's still, even knowing that, he has piled a lot of units together in the middle, right? So if he fails any charges, if anything goes wrong for him here, it could be a lot of damage in his way. And actually, I think you can see that, yeah, he's reshifting that Rhino for that reason, just to avoid that big explosion.
Agreed. List should be repinned for your pleasure, guys. So please go and check out those at will. This is a very, very spicy, possibly the best in the game Demons list versus a pretty much evergreen Bloody Rose list from Sisters. Looks like we're going to have a transition over back to Dustin in a couple of minutes, a couple of moments even, where we're going to get a bit of an update from the floor. We'll let you know when that's coming through. Hold fire for the rest of the movement phase.
FLGN coverage of the Las Vegas Open is made possible by the generous support of our sponsors. Alkylabs.com, Matalis.com, Play with Magic, Frontline Gaming, Champions of Tabletop, Best Coast Pairings, competitive events made easier, The Army Painter, more time for gaming. Live game scores are powered by the Tabletop Battles app, available now on Android and coming soon to iOS.
We have Louise versus Mike Porter on table 1. T-Suns and Demons versus Harlequins. The Quins got first turn, moved the Star Weaver into the enemy deployment zone just to get an early deadly performance points, stages up, and just passed his turn. Chaos then popped the Star Weaver just with Psychic, grabs the objective behind the walls, did a few actions to get some points, and then also passed back. The Quins now throw the Homeless Troops into the rubrics on an objective, wipe the squad of Sorcerers, and that's about it. Well, rubrics, sorry, wipe the squad of rubrics, wrapped a Sorcerer. Over to the Steven Box and TJ Lanigan game. Eldari versus Zinch. Steven goes second and is not happy about it. He wanted to go first to do an Alpha Strike. He said that is what his list is designed to do. TJ moved turn 1, just a character, onto an objective, did a few spells, warped him back, and then stays in the safety of his deployment zone and holds no objectives right now. He's just behind all kinds of walls in his deployment zone, has not moved out. There's lots of generosity from TJ as well, allowing a take back from the box. He forgot to fire a unit of Rangers, let him fire it. The game is going to be taking a very hard turn on turn 2 now because TJ is not on any objectives. Steven just moved some Rangers out on the one objective in the middle, and the Avatar and the Warwalkers moved out in the center, so TJ's going to have to do something to prevent the primary from coming out, so it'll be interesting to see what he actually does in response. As for the Jack Harpster versus Brian Sipe on table 12, the Blood Angels versus Orcs, Blood Angels went first. He pushed through commandos in the middle to take the middle objective. The Death Company moved up to a battle wagon on the one flank and popped it with shooting so he could charge the Mega Knobs inside, and ended up wiping the squad while the 2 Infiltrator squads charged both 10-man commando squads and killed them both. That means the Orcs are now taking their first turn with 10 Infiltrators and 5 Death Company in their face, but 20 Commandos, a Battle Wagon, and 4 Mega Knobs down. Brian having a long think right now to what to do, but he did not wog on turn 1. That is your current update. I will be back in a little bit. Let's go back to the live footage.
Damn, Dustin is doing a good job. Holy crap. That's really good.
Dustin, damn!
Wow, Jack getting right on top of Brian really early. That is
Jack,
pretty...
you can't do that to me. I know I like you, Jack, a lot, and you're playing one of my favorite factions of Blood Angels, but Brian, I said, was going to go far with this Orc list. You can't do this to me, my bud. Just stop it. Just stop playing. Let Brian win.
Well, mate, he's used 2 of his worst units in the Infiltrators in that matchup.
Yeah.
And then one of the 3 Death Company units to remove 3 of the best units from the Orc list. Wow, that's
tight. That's tight. But it is a bad matchup for Orcs in general.
It is.
Especially Jack's version of the list.
It's like for like, but one of them has a 2+ save, one of them has 0 plus 6 up save.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Exactly.
No protection at all. So yeah, I already thought that was in Jack Harpster's favor. In fact, that's one of the reasons we didn't put it on. First, we just had Orcs on, and second, we thought it's probably a 2-turn game.
Yeah, one way or another. And now back to this game, Charlie really taking his time with this first movement phase. Yeah. He is really respecting that Lord of Change. He's got a lot of respect for that Bloodthirster. He doesn't want to get gated too hard in particular, so you're seeing him like remaneuver the Rhino, remaneuver Repentia out of the way, testing how far he can advance units to see if he can hide them in other buildings. Despite shoving 18 Repentia and 5 Zephyrim into Matt's face here, into the middle of the board, like he's still got some respect there, and he's also measured out those Retributors to see if he can pop those 8 wounds off that Bloodthirster.
Exactly right.
Bloodthirster does have a 4-up save, right?
It does have 4 up. He can just spike and be like, "No, mate, I didn't take all 8."
I mean, it's a Custodes thing, and I've played enough Custodes
to know
that some games
they just say no.
They just custody you.
I would say Charlie's doing a really good job in his backfield. As you can see, I think it's 2 Crusaders up in the top right, blocking out the lanes of ingress of the deep strike for things like the Bloodletters.
Yes.
They could come in next turn. I'm assuming he's doing the same in the bottom right. I know the Castigator looks like to be blocking.
Yeah,
quite
I
a
believe
bit
that
of board there as
Castigator
well.
has been measured out to basically block out anything coming in behind it as well.
And if they do come in behind, they're going to have to deal with that forest should they want to charge into that Castigator.
Exactly, so he's going to take a -2, even if there is like a little line on the back that he can hit.
Charlie just asking the questions, getting all the information. I believe he thinks this is his turn. This is the only turn he's going to get, while his opponent still only has like 2/3 of his army on the table. I will say, and I'm going to say this early, Charlie's used a lot of time.
He has. I believe we
clock
can
is a
barely
thing,
see it, but he looks
but
like
it's
he's
a
already
4.
at 40
It
minutes.
starts with a 4.
Yeah.
So let's hope that doesn't become a factor. Both these players have had the same amount of time to play this game, but Charlie needs to get on his bike already. Wouldn't want to be down around like below 30 minutes. Going and just leaving.
And we will say again, because of the setup time and everything else when it comes to the stream, these players have been given an extra few minutes, just specifically for that reason, because we want to make sure that they don't feel cheated on anything. And yeah, so these guys are playing with that full hour and a half each. And yeah, Charlie is really being very particular about everything. But this is the turn he needs to be so careful, because after this, it's going to be chaos.
Exactly right.
So it looks like Charlie's popping as many sacred grounds as he can turn 1. This is a big 10 points for him unless Soli gets on those objectives on his turn. So that's a huge swing for Charlie to get them off right away. But that's what the Scouring lets him do with this list.
Shooting phase is about to start. Time for us to step back.
Finally, let's see it.
There are 4 shots from the fucking bolter into your big boy.
Where's that, sorry?
The Rhino.
Are you doing an action?
Thank you. My bad. I don't think any of these are in range. I can't see you through
What's
there.
the range?
12 inches, but I can't see you through there.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no. Sure.
Can't shoot. This thing's going to dump well, I'll wait on him. We're going to start with the 8 multi-meltas from the front squad into there.
Sure.
All my bolters can't see shit.
Force. And force.
4s, you're rolling 1s. Just 1.
Takes it.
6.
Right. Sure.
I believe cherubs are at the end of the action.
Yeah, so you're shooting now.
I'm going to shoot it. Nope. I don't have that one. No.
Hey, no.
The next unit, everything.
Sure.
This one's gone. Two.
Good.
4 pinball on range.
Well, demon save, but yes. 4 up all the time. Cherub. Nope.
Big fucker.
Him or the bird?
Everything into him.
Sure.
Because he ignores the save. And
are you in 36 for the heavy bolters?
I measured to him, so I would assume I would be for that one, but I did not measure that one. I'm a half inch out, so heavy bolters there, big cannon there.
Perfect.
Big cannon. 4 shots.
Force.
4 3 hits. 3s.
What strength is it?
9.
Wow, okay. Wow. Damage is?
3.
Sure. Good.
You jerk.
Yeah, sorry, man. I always feel bad when I pass saves. 6s here.
Why 6?
T8, -1 to wound.
You're just going to ignore it.
I am if I fail it.
Oh, you can get to roll it first?
Yeah.
Damn.
So the failed save becomes 0 damage. It's pretty cool, actually. Yeah. Cool.
I guess a couple random bolt shots might have been in range.
Yeah, sure, man. Just roll them together. However.
I don't actually think they're in range. Nope.
Probably not. Sure. Charge me.
Let's do it.
Where do you want to go first?
We'll go the Sacrosanct into the center.
Into the Nurglings? Yeah.
That might fail, but they get a free reroll.
Oh, really? Cool.
Well, they get it from her.
The pennant works. Of course it does. Yeah, of course.
It's an aura.
Yeah, of course.
Well. for you to be all the way over there. All right. And this next turn's going to be painful. All right. The Zephyrum. How many obsec do you have on here?
On there?
3?
I think it'll be 6, man. The objective 6 slide. I think all 3, they'll touch the end of it. Let's just check. Well, maybe not.
The building a little bit.
Yeah, it's all, maybe not. Look, I would say probably 4. I would say probably 4.
All right. So if I get my whole unit on it, I'll take it from you.
If I don't kill you, or provided you, if you charge me, I can pile into you, right? So you'll have to kill.
I'm not charging them. I'm charging them, and I'm gonna bounce off onto here.
Yeah, well, I don't think you'll be able to. You can try. I don't think you'll be able to get all 5 because you'll have to have a guy that ends there, and they won't be within 4 of that, right?
I'll show you.
Okay. It's more than 6.
Yep. No,
Okay.
it will be. I'll show you.
Okay.
12.
Fucking that helps.
Helps a lot.
Yeah, it won't be within an inch of that. It's not an inch off the wall.
Well, if I can't fit my base right there, I can fight through the wall.
Yeah, no, but you have to still place the model there, though. You don't get to be like more than an inch away and still hit me.
Yeah, they do. They rule that for this tournament.
Yeah, but you can fit though.
Oh, I can fit in the corner?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because you actually fit. Yeah.
Okay, I'll fit over here then.
Yeah, for sure. I would say, you don't get to do that if you can fit.
That
It's
makes a
more than
big
6.
difference.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, because it's more than 6. You're going to be within an inch of me to finish the charge now.
Oh, whatever. I can contest it.
Yeah. Cool.
How many attacks does he have on the suite?
16 at the moment.
Does it go up every time?
What's that?
Does it go up every time?
His goes down. Skybrand's goes up.
Neither of these are OPSEC, right?
No, correct.
And he won't be able to heroic leaving because he's blocked off, right?
Correct. Well, unless the change caster does, and then he does.
Valid point. I'll just stay outside of 3 there. I'm going to use both of those.
Sure. So we'll get that guy, and we just have to measure the other ones carefully because it don't matter for how many can fight. I think we get most of them anyway. They just matter for who can fight.
Really don't like leaving the Bloodthirster there.
Yeah.
That's why he put him there.
Absolutely, man.
Zero you on primary. That could be. It's hold 2, isn't it?
Is it? Well, look. I don't actually know.
Australian number 1.
The hold
doesn't
1 or
it?
hold 2?
Hold 1, hold 2.
They changed it.
Disbelief.
Okay. Then I'll go in there.
Spicy
Fuck
turn
you.
Him
coming
or
in for
the-
Charlie.
It is a
Does he
spicy
heal?
turn, and yes, Scouring used
The
to be
only way I
hold
can
2,
heal
hold 3,
is if
and
I
now
have
it is hold
5
1,
Warpstorm
hold 2.
dice. It's in a morale phase for
Busted
D3.
both his 9
I don't heal
on
when I
the
kill
miracle
you.
dice to
Alright, I'm going to
guarantee
ignore him,
that
and I'm going to
with
go with the
Demons.
9 into there.
Or
Okay.
he probably
And,
or he can keep his miracle dice.
I might
Nah,
go in
he's
the
going with
Nerds,
Demons.
depending on
He's
how it
going to try
works.
and
I'll come over there
zero
and
Yeah, sure.
the primary for
I gotta
that,
start
which
speeding up
means
a
he's
little
made
bit.
those repentance OBSEC via the Dogmata, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
9 plus 1 is a 10.
Do you want to go both or just
I'm using both. Yeah.
Sure.
That way.
I mean, do you want to charge both? Is what I'm saying.
You mind if I move them first just to see what it looks like, and then I'll.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
Because we know I can make it with the miracle dice.
Sure, man. No problem.
I do think we have some issues with the mic placement on Morosoli, so sometimes he's cutting in and out.
It's when they get close.
Yeah.
It's when they're next to each other. The mics kind of muffle up.
These are some big plays. That's a really, really smart play by Charlie. The way he's going to get in there, he had that big 12-inch charge, so it's letting him kind of wrap around the bottom of that middle ruin. And what he's going to be able to do is when he kills those Nurglings, he's going to be able to consolidate down. And hopefully, his plan is to get 4 models on the objective so that he contests it.
Exactly right. So, and Solly was right in his assertion that because you can fit the model, you don't just get to fight.
Doesn't matter if
through the wall,
I'm
you
going
have
to
to
melee too.
place it
How
on the
many
other
attacks
side.
do you have?
And because
How
that
many
model
attacks
is
does
more
Big
than
Boy
6
have?
inches away from
The
the
launch
objective, there's
Yeah.
no way for him to hold it over that.
Yes.
But he can still get 4 on it and contest it.
Only 5?
Yeah.
Hitting on
This
2s.
is more than I
Okay, I'm gonna
thought
let him
he
heroic
would
if he
want to
wants to.
commit turn 1. It's 2 Repentia units and a unit of Zephyrum committed to this
I don't
play.
think he wants to.
And of
You're
course,
not
they're
gonna
going to
go
die
to
next turn.
just
But
the,
the question is, will they worth it?
Yes.
They have how many ones?
I mean, he's putting
On the
he's
Nurglings?
putting
4.
him out on a 0. unless he
I don't
absolutely
really
whips
kill
in
him. Are
this
they doing an
combat.
action?
Yes.
No.
Well, an interrupt is a possibility, but mind you, well,
Standing
you get
there.
interrupt with the Nurglings.
But
No.
oh,
The
but
only-
no,
the
I
only
have models in
if-
the center
if
now,
Charlie
so you
makes a
wouldn't get your
mistake,
reality
which he's
feed,
not
right?
going
I
to,
know,
and
because
doesn't
the
attack
setup, I
with those
get rid
repentance
of
on
as
this
long as I
on the
have a
demon
unit
Nets
there, but
first.
it's at the
That's
end
the
of my turn
only.
anyway, so I get a chance.
dumb play that could be made.
Let's have a
Yeah,
look and
make
see
a
how it
difference.
unfolds.
All right. Then I'm going to 3d6 the Repentance Superior into
that, sorry?
the Nurglings.
Yeah, sure.
A 9 plus 1 is a 10. I have to be within 11. Nope.
Cool.
No free rolls there.
Well, I assume I'm out of 3 here.
I've measured it on
I am.
purpose.
Perfect.
All right, swinging.
Wait.
2. How many wounds apiece?
4.
Are you going to heroic either one?
I'm not going to.
I didn't think so. All right.
How many attacks have they got each? The Saracens?
Sacristans, 4 on the big girls, 3 on the small ones.
Okay. I got -1 to hit, but I think you still fucking destroy me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Big ones first. Yeah, I'm not going to waste CP on this.
Sure.
I wish I was exploding.
You miss on the 3. I'm -1 to hit. Yeah. 3 damage is
4 damage 2.
kills 1.5. There's 6 wounds left there. I'll pull the half guy off after you slightly. Do they hit? Yeah. Cool.
They're T what?
3. So,
Oh, nope, it's strength 6.
cool. So 6 is that?
7,
7 damage is
1.
cool. So I didn't pass 2 here to live. I passed 0. They're all dead. Cool. I'm gonna interrupt
With,
the Daemons.
sweet, I'm going to spend 2 to fight on death.
Yeah, for sure, man.
And I'm going to activate this while you're doing that.
That's totally fine, man. No problem at all.
Do you mind switching the time? Thank you.
It's on me. Yeah, you're good. I already did it when I. Again, I know we had a messed up deployment, so I just don't want to take your time when it's not fair to do so. You know.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. So you'll contest that.
Yep.
We're gonna lose 2 at the back. It's missed twice. I have to add 1 to the second half because of the sergeant. I've got 2 guys at the back.
So you're at 1. We're both at 1 now.
Yeah, correct. Until I move aside so I can roll them again. Win on
Hit on
3.
threes.
Hit on 3s, win on 3s.
What's the strength?
4. So, how many from the first half? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Want me to roll them together, or do you want to do those now?
What do these do?
These wounds.
I'll just roll them now.
And
Nothing.
1 damage each.
5,
How many are left?
3.
Yeah, cool. Second half. Yeah, that's 1 more dice for the sergeant. Next man. Sure. Yeah, cool. All them. Nice try. Cool. So you fight me on death. Let's go on. Gonna nuke each other here pretty good. Hello.
No, I'm not gonna ask you to do it.
What? Do I get rerolls?
Yeah, good. Normal. Thank God for no exploding 6s. Look at that. Whoa. 2s. And I got a 5+ demon save. You should kill me pretty good here. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yep, we're both dead.
Okay.
Wild.
Wild game. Josh Lasali, thanks so much for the $5 super chat. We hope we are doing a great job explaining this game to you. Thank you so much for your support. You can all learn from Josh's fine example.
I really think this. Well, I said it 2 seconds before it happened. Like the big mistake would be if he doesn't activate the Repentia first. And something we talked about pre-game happened. He didn't respect the Demonettes.
No, he didn't. And the Demonettes interrupted, 2 CP, picked up the whole Repentia, and then he had to use 2 CP to do the thing he charged to do anyway. So it took him 2 Miracle Dice, 2 CP.
Now, maybe there was something he was afraid the Nurglings were going to do to pull themselves out of combat, so he couldn't consolidate down.
I think the thing he was afraid of is them interrupting and killing 1 Zephyr.
Yes, because that might be the case.
Yeah.
Nurglings aren't the best in combat. They do have a lot of attacks.
A lot of little shitty attacks.
And if he fails 1, then he can't contest that objective.
Exactly right. But it was 1 for 1.
Yeah.
It was 1 objective for 1 objective. Having 5 Zephyr, or what ended up being 4 Zephyr if 1 died, not contesting objective was very different to having 10 dead
definitely
Repentia.
traded down.
10 dead Repentia. We could be 10 alive Repentia, absorbing every mortal wound coming from that lock with a feel no pain.
And that Bloodthirster took 6 wounds, which actually, guys, it's not
acceptable.
the 8, but that's perfectly acceptable because it kind of still puts him in that prime time.
For 2 turns.
2 turns,
sorry,
he's
2
dead.
2 phases.
2 phases, yes.
If he does another 8 next turn, then does 8 in combat, dead Thirster.
Okay. Let's do some stuff, man.
So scoring coming in for the end of turn 4, Charlie. He has gotten 3 on Defend the Shrine, and that is it for now. He did go for 3 Sacred Grounds on all 3 objectives. I don't believe the middle one. I think he disallowed the middle one by charging.
Yeah, he couldn't do the middle one by charging,
Yeah.
but he's going to probably get 10
yes.
Next turn, unless this Bloodthirster wipes everything out on the objective.
Well, it just needs to kill the Rhino. But he doesn't want to have to kill the Rhino.
No,
the Rhino
he really
sucks.
doesn't.
It doesn't do anything.
Yeah. It's kind of a crap deal for him. Matt, on his turn, he gets 4 on primary instead of the 0, which is big for him.
It is big.
Because it did look like he was going to get a 0 before that happened. 3 on strategic scan. He's got his 3 for Reality Rebels for having those Nurglings in the middle of the board to start that game. And if let's go back for a second there. He's got 0 for Assassinate so far. Yeah, this is big news for Matt.
As a little Repentia Superior sitting to the back of that Bloodthirster, that's just going to catch some flamers in the teeth, I believe.
Yeah.
All right, this is a big turn for Matt, so I'm inclined to listen to him at how he plans this out. This is a really great expose for Demon players. As you can see, the Flamers coming out. I don't know if he's going to line them up. As a 12-inch on Flamers, 12-inch. So they're not going to hit the Rhino, because I thought that was a possibility.
Yeah, no.
Flamers to kill the Rhino. Thirster goes and mops up everything that comes out.
I do think he rolled an advance, and what he's actually doing is seeing if the advance is worth it.
Yeah, exactly right.
Now he's going to move up the Lord of Change.
He's going to push up the lock. So the lock, he wants the smites to kill the Rhino.
Yeah.
But sorry, not the smites. The gateway, the bolt, all that goodness. The smite will go into the Repentia Superior, which is sitting directly above and to the right. So Matt's going straight back. We know where it was. It was directly behind the what do you call the Herald? The walking Herald?
Fate Changer? No.
Fate Changer. Scar Weaver, Bung, Book Reader.
The chat will tell us and make us look stupid, so it's fine.
Whatever. They're all transy. The dice box
Finally got
up.
the dice box, which is why you guys went to black screen. Changecaster. Thank you, Hendo.
Changecaster. Legends. Hendo Blake, my good mate from Victoria. Thank you very much for joining us, guys. Plague done. Weird. I feel like I've seen large casino dice in every game I've seen on stream.
We did give some casino dice for players to use if they chose. A lot of players here just use casino dice anyway. But yes, I believe there was a bag of casino dice that was provided for the players for when we finally got the dice cam up and running.
Exactly.
Which there we go.
That's because they're just the easiest to read.
Yeah.
They're easiest to read, and they're above board because they're from the casino. So there's no ifs or buts on are they, not they weighted. It's just cool. These are some impartial dice that are easy for you guys to see.
Yeah.
That's all that is.
And we can hear Charlie now come into the realization. Yep. Like the Bloodthirster, I've got 2 phases to kill him. He's dead next turn.
He's good.
Yep.
He's fine. He's dead next turn.
He's
as
happy.
long as all the Retributors stay and the Castigators stay
Now that
alive.
said, can Soli heal the Bloodthirster?
He needs not because he used his warp dice for the -1 double.
That's right. Yeah.
If he kept him, he could have healed the D3 and put it above.
And then that would have been bad news or worse news.
Why would you be able to snipe them? Yeah, but you have to physically see them.
Yeah, I'm big.
Okay, yeah, just come here. Come here.
Look right here.
What is,
You don't think I can see through the windows?
I think you can. Hey, you're pretty fucking tall.
Yeah.
Charlie Andre.
I do love the vernacular on this place.
Charlie Andre is definitely
Even though you want
a
to
solid grasp on certain parts of the English language. He's almost more Australian than Sully is, at least on stream.
I told Sully to be a good boy.
Yeah,
I
no
said
one told
Sully
Charlie.
putting him on stream. I didn't think to tell Charlie.
Well, Charlie was a little nervous coming on the stream, so I can see why. Plus, I've talked to Charlie before. This is just how he is. Love it.
This is just how he is. This is a big turn for Soli. If Soli clears his lines, can Charlie do the same thing next turn, do you think?
I think a lot's going to depend on how much damage this Lord of Change does.
Yeah. Well, if the Lord of Change clears the middle objective, becomes a bit exy to try and get some connections on him next turn. He can definitely be charged from reserve, especially you see the Miracle Dice. If those are the Miracle Dice in the top left of Andre. So he is a 6-5 and a 2. Those are juicy charges from
That
reserve.
6 and 5 in particular are so beautiful.
Deep Strikes from Soli about to come in. I wonder what he's going to allocate. What do you have in reserve?
He had 2 units of Bloodletters, 2 units of Flamers, and Scarbrand. So I imagine you're going to see some Letters come in to back up where the Demonettes went.
Yeah.
Well, and then
the Demonettes are in the bottom left. They're going to walk out. They're going to make sure these Zephyrim die.
Yeah.
And he retakes that. What else in the bottom right-hand quadrant for Charlie? Because that's going to have to be the response force if he wants to take that objective back.
I don't think I have any way of stopping you from scoring your shrine over there.
I was trying to bubble you.
To be honest, even if I do, you're just going to get it later on anyway.
we just got real quiet, folks, but it's really nice to hear like the thought process for where these deep strikes are going.
Soli has acquiesced to the fact he's not going to be able to deny Shrine. He's not going to be able to deny. Sacred Grounds. So he's going to get 5 on Sacred Grounds. He can't stop them both.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to have to stop them both. So.
He's figured he'll deal with the Rhino and then just let the bottom one happen.
I think the opposite, actually.
Oh, you think he's going to deal with the bottom?
Down
yeah,
in the
with the Flamers?
So he's going to clear that one. Sorry. It's the unit behind the one he's got in front that's doing it. There's no way for Soli to get to the back one. He's going to flame the one in front. We'll see what happens. Really good positioning by Andre to mess with the deep strikes. The Sacrosanct in the middle of the objective, the single Repentia Superior, and the Zephyrim all creating a bit of a nasty screen there for Soli. So he is having to deep strike in his backfield, but I think he's okay with that. He's probably going to start doing missions.
You heard him saying it. Like this was his kind of gold. That's what I meant when I was talking about replacing the Demonettes. This was the thing. The Demonettes are gone. He wants something on that objective so he can get his banners, make sure he doesn't lose them, get everything else. So,
well, the banner stayed up.
Yeah, but to make sure it stays, and also just like keep something on objective so those Flamers can start running away.
Matt's telling us right now we're going to live Evolution.
Flame. Come on, he wants to fight.
He does.
He's got his objective.
Call me daddy. Okay. We'll just pop a smite out there. It's a big one. How many wins you got?
4.
1. I will cast.
Shark.
I will cast +1 to win on them.
He has multiple casts.
Yeah, 2. Passes.
Good.
All right, we're going to Lord of Change. We'll start with a smite. It's a 7. Plus 2 to cast. 5's passed anyway. Sure. They take 1. An Infernal Gateway.
Can you still see me?
I can see like 4 of them, man. I'm like all the way up there.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Infernal Gateway. 8.
Did that not count?
It's +2 passes anyway. Makes no difference because you used the 9 or 6 regardless, right?
Yeah, but I can do other shit to it. But whatever.
Sure.
Just roll it. And then what does this one do?
So this is the just the 3 mortals.
I'll take it.
Like a smite. 3. And then I'll cast Bolt as a 3rd power. 5 goes for 7. Seven.
Does that go off?
Stop it. Cool. Okay. And I will. At the end of the phase, take 1 more mortal wound. You do. We're going to shooting. 4 flamers will shoot her.
Don't fuck it up. I think you're good. 5 for that one.
It's gonna be terrible to roll. +15.
I got you on the 15. You
got
that.
5. You got 5. Give me 10.
You want me to roll for you?
Sure. Yeah, I don't care.
Wounding on 2s, right?
Yeah, it is 2s because I got +1 to wound. Yeah, sure. That many AP 2.
4s.
Sure, dead.
I get a miracle die.
You do. Okay, the 5 flamers over there will shoot the sisters. You got, what's that, 4 in cover?
All of them are in cover.
Oh, okay, cool. 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, and then 15. I've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 13 here, so give me 2 more. These will be 3s though, I don't have +1 to wound over here.
I can help if you
Start
want.
with that. Let's start with that. There we go. Yo, not a great roll, but yeah, man.
Look good? Yep.
So they are 4 ups because you are. Oh, sorry, 3 ups because you're in cover.
Doesn't matter.
Yep, got him.
Yep.
There's one more there. Yep. Okay, cool. The Bloodthirster, it will shoot his flamer at the Rhino, like a mad dog. 3 5s. 2 wounds. AP 2, 1 damage. AP 1. 2 damage.
Wait, it's AP1?
It's AP 2, but goes to AP 1 for armor of content.
2 damage apiece?
No, 1. 1 damage apiece. So, yeah, 2 damage total.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go charges. Bloodthirst will charge the Zephyrin.
That's it.
I'll do some others, but yeah. Start there. So, he'll go like this. I'm going to pile into the Rhino when I do that. The Lord of Change will charge these guys. Sorry, you're supposed to roll it in there, but
I don't give a shit.
yeah, I know.
It was an auto charge.
Yeah, he's right in there. The Daemons will charge the Zephyrin. 4. Yep. That's why I moved him.
Why, did you get 3d6 charge?
No, it's a 3 and a 1.
Oh, I thought
It
you
was
were
just in there from before.
So guys, that was a big shooting phase for Soli. He managed to, I mean, he absolutely deleted the Repentia Superior, which we knew was happening. But he
could have used one flamer.
He could have used one flamer, but that was the only thing within range. He smited off, I believe, all of the Sacrosanths, or most of the Sacrosanths. There might be 1 remaining in there, with the Lord of Change. And the other unit of flamers that he brought in from reserves wiped out the unit of sisters in that bottom objective.
So,
there are still 2 on it, but
when you look about the resource exchange here, I don't love it for Charlie.
No,
it's Sacrosanct Zephyrim, Repentia Superior, another unit of Zephyrim, a unit of Sis. He's lost 5 units and he's only killed 1 of Soli's. But there should be a big response here. I mean, I do expect the Bloodthirster to go down.
I do expect that
Bloodthirster
to be
There's another wave in reserve. But look, Charlie still has so many units. He's exclusively. He has more death-killing units than just about any other Sisters list.
And I think that's the benefit of how Charlie's playing this game. That's why he's gotten to this place where many other Sisters haven't, is because he eschewed some of the more expensive units we often see. And just like, I'm just going to take more of the good stuff.
Pretty much an Orc list.
Yeah.
It's a Goth Rush Orc list.
And it's
anyway,
amazing.
Let's listen to this fight phase. Sorry.
2s. Yeah, 6 up involves.
You didn't bracket it all, right?
No, not yet.
Strength is?
8.
AP?
4. 3. Yeah, 3. Cool. So I'll pile into the Rhino. After he swings on a 2+, you take D3 mortal wounds on the Rhino.
Why?
So it's after he fights, any his engagement range with, after he piles in, just take
Even if he didn't charge it?
I know, yeah.
1 wound, AP
sure.
1.
I'll just roll your D3
No,
first.
AP 0, sorry.
So you do take mortal wounds. You take 3 on the Rhino, and I took 1 wound. Take a wound.
I took 3 on the Rhino, right?
So I did 2 from shooting and then 3 just now.
Down
so
to 5
total. And I've taken 7. And I'll base your Rhino there.
Sweet.
And also we have to fight in here. So the Lord of Change has 5 attacks.
I think you said 4 earlier.
5. I said 5. Hitting on 3s. And I'll be winning on 2s. It's string 6. AP 2.
I'll take
3 damage.
2 of them. I'm going to roll 2. Okay, and then I'm going to Miracle Dice the last one.
Sure. So I'll just kill 1. Just a morale test for you, man. I killed 7.
I got to fight you back.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, for sure.
No explosions. Hit on 2s.
Sure. 6s. 2.
-1 wound, huh?
Yeah, all the time.
Are you T8 right now?
I am. So 1 passes, and I'll use the Impossible Robe on that one.
Okay.
So take 0. Morale, you'll need a 1, because you're on -1 for being a demon.
7 minus 6 is 9 down to 3. -1 is a 2.
Are you? Oh, you're 9.
I need 9.
I only killed 7, right?
You killed 6.
That
There's
is,
a 7-man unit.
that is math. You're right. Sure.
And then I get 3 points for the Miracle Dice.
What's that for, sorry?
I used 3 different Miracle Dice in this turn.
So what did you used the morale, you used the save, what was the third one? I used to use 2.
Okay, guys.
It's still a point,
so that was
but
quite
I-
the close combat phase. Bloodthirster did a lot of damage up top. Luckily, Andre did get at least one Sacrosanct surviving in the middle of the board, and we did see that bottom
Unit
objective cleared. I know you guys are all looking for updates from the other tables. We do have Dustin available. They just had to wipe him down because the man is wet. He's just a sopping mess, but he's a beautiful soul. Let's get a cut to him.
It's so good.
Hello, everybody. I am here with your mid-round update. Again, we have some juicy updates for you. I'll make it quick so you can get back to the live action. Jack Harpster versus Brian Sipe. The Orcs had a very quick slapback. They killed the Death Company off the objective with the War Boss, which meant that he got some points for his biggest and baddest. It keeps Jack to an 8 with aggression moving under the middle objective as well. Jack is taking his time with his turn now. He's deciding if he wants the full send at this point or if it's not that time yet. As for Stephen Box versus TJ, TJ's turn 2, he pumped out a ton of mortal wounds, killing 3 Warwalkers, 5 Rangers, and the Avatar. But Stephen did get a 12 on primary, as TJ still has not moved on any of the objectives. So we're going to see what he's going to be doing on his 3rd turn then, as Stephen started his 2nd turn. The D-Cannons killed 2 of the Scarab Terminators. Spears moved up, the shooting bounced, but they did pick up a unit of Rubrics, and it is now TJ's turn 3. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that one. Now, Luis and Mike Porter on table 1. Porter's turn 2, he aggressively moves the transport, Rose, Troopmaster, and the troop onto an objective in Luis's side of the table. Mike wipes the central squad of 5 spawn through buffs off the center objective, while the Troopmaster kills 3 flamers, and the troop squad on that side kills the final member of a Rubric squad. The deadly performance is up to 9 points now. Behind enemy lines is at 6, banners on 4, and primary is 11 total. And Luis has been quoted to say, "It's go time." So we will have some pretty exciting updates for you the next time I'm on. But until then, we have a live game for you guys to get back to. And here we go, right after the sponsor update. Right?
FLGN coverage of the Las Vegas Open is made possible by the generous support of our sponsors. Alkylabs.com, Matalis.com, Play with Magic, Frontline Gaming, champions of tabletop, Best Coast Pairings, competitive events made easier, The Army Painter, more time for gaming. Live game scores are powered by the Tabletop Battles app, available now on Android and coming soon to iOS.
Okay, and we are back with, I guess, the bottom of turn 2. But this could be the bottom of turn 4 with how much action is unfolding and the death killing has ensued. We had a bit of a discussion here between Matt and Charlie talking about the fallback T's and C's for interacting with that Bloodthirster. On a 4+, because of the Warp Storm points spent by Matt, you cannot fall back. That is a big deal, because that Bloodthirster has, what? He's only taken 6, he's taken 7 wounds.
He's taken 7 wounds.
If you cannot fall back from him, you cannot kill him this turn.
No.
And so that's what he's going for with that tap on the Rhino. Thank you very much for the super chat from Josh. Again, you're an absolute legend. What have you said here? The commentary is brilliant. Got to pay it forward. And thanks for the good dice rolls in the future. Hopefully you have great dice rolls in the future, mate.
Josh.
You're an absolute legend. Yeah, we do appreciate any and all support you bring our way. Likes, subscribes, bits, super chats. Absolute legends, one and all. I'm happy to be here calling one of my boys, one of my bestest boys, Matt Morosoli, and hopefully going undefeated in this round. A full bias engaged.
No, listen, I get it. The only reason why, Adam, the only reason why I do not root for Matt Morosoli anymore is because in 2019, I told everyone Matt Morosoli was going to be a front runner to win the LVO. He brought a list that everyone thought was garbage.
Yes.
He dumpstered like 5 opponents,
and then
played into Steve Pamprine, and apparently didn't know what Devastator Centurions looked like and died like a chump.
He thought the Dev Sense
were
he thought the Assault Sense were Dev Sense.
And
so
just
he left the gap,
played like a chump and died.
and got smashed.
And so, you know what? I will never forgive him, but I still love him.
Dude, he's in the same position right now. He's in the round of 6.
Yeah.
Looking to make it into the Shadow or Pseudo round 7, round of 16. And he's got a good chance right now. I do like the position he is in.
He's in a very good position. That first aggressive turn by Charlie, I think it played out exactly how we foresaw it playing out. Yeah, it's very interesting. But if you take a really close look at Charlie's positioning, at what he's doing, like he's playing very smart. He's blocked out any kind of background deep strikes in that top right-hand corner. He doesn't care about his bottom right-hand corner. We just found out that the Rhino cannot fall back, so the Warp Storm points must have been thrown at that.
That's huge.
He has shoved his Castigator up because his plan is to shoot into the Flamers and then charge them so that they cannot cause any more damage for one turn on him, which is a very smart play. That Castigator will soak those Flamer shots very likely, and then once they're tagged, that unit is done for a full turn.
This is wild, though. That Rhino not falling back has the propensity to tip this game on its head.
Well, the big thing is if he doesn't maneuver properly around this Bloodthirster, Scarbrand's going to come down right there.
Remember what I said about this confluence?
Yes.
He wants to draw and scratch and claw Charlie, force him to dump a huge amount of units in the same position. Smash him with Scarbrand, smash him with Bloodlet, smash him with Flamers.
It's the trap card. It is.
Absolutely.
This list is a Yu-Gi-Oh list. For anybody at home.
Do not say that.
I have to say it because I know that Matt Morosoli is going to be so mad. So folks at home, I hope that when we talk about this on podcasts after Matt Morosoli wins this event, that you refer to it as the Yu-Gi-Oh! Demons list, because it would just make me incredibly happy. And that's what I'm going to call it when I discuss it in articles and when I talk on podcasts.
Oh, my Lord.
And you guys are all just going to have to live with it.
The worst timeline has been enacted. So wait, if Matt wins the LVO...
Yes, he's going. No. He'll be declared the Yu-Gi-Oh! Champion of the world.
Not like this.
Not like this.
That's your line. So, but this has changed the polarity of this game. With that Bloodthirster being alive and attacked in combat, the ability to turn one turn it, like we've said, is now 0. So the focus switches from that to the Lord of Change.
Yes, a much harder thing to kill, but still. Still killable. I mean, the Impossible Robe was already used once.
Yep. This is a Toughness 8 Lord of Change.
Yes,
he
minus 1 to hit, I believe.
Toughness 8, minus 1 to wound.
Minus 1 to wound, sorry, yes.
And 3+ invuln, ignoring the first round. So you're going to have 16 multi-melta
shots going into it. But 16 multi-melta shots with 3 very good miracle dice. So any like the second failed save is going to be a doozy.
Because if it is at full health, when they repent to charge it, it will not die.
No.
They will wound it on 6s, being Toughness 8 and minus 1 to wound.
Yep.
They won't do anything. It needs to be a minimum half dead before they go in to hope that it does the job. They can spend CP to auto win on 6s, can't they?
They can, yes.
And that is exactly what that.
And I believe he also has the option for exploding 6s from his Dogmata, which he may have given it to them. So.
Well, he also has that just from the passion.
Yes, from the passion. But I think he can double up explosions.
Yeah. So you'd be doing all that. You'd be throwing the kitchen sink. If that's full wounds, kitchen freaking sink needs to go into that lock. And still, I'm not sure it dies. I'm still not sure it dies.
It's a toughie. I mean, and this Lord of Change isn't nearly as bad as the one from the last Codex, but still, he's
just a little bit of mass. 16 multi-melted shots, hitting on 4s, so we could be hitting on 3s, rolling 1s.
Yep.
If he doesn't have the Warp Storm points to
do another minus 1.
Because he used it to stop the fallback.
Yes.
So hitting on 3s, let's say hitting on 3s, rolling 1s. So we'll go with generous side, we'll go 12 hits.
Yep.
Winning on 5s, that's 4 wounds into a 3+. Invuln, ignoring the first fail, or any fail that he wants.
Yeah.
It's not unconceivable he takes 0 damage.
It's very possible he takes 2. He takes none. He needs to get 2 through. Is the big thing.
Yeah, he does. And so Schmut, Scarbrand, 1 unit of Bloodletters, 2 units of Flamers, still 1 unit of Flamers still in reserve. So yeah, and as we can see, there's not a lot that is going to kill the ones in the bottom middle. They're just going to get tapped by the Castigator. But the ones in the top left is what I want to see what he's going to do about.
So we're going to cut to the player audio in just a second. I just need to say thank you, chat, for jumping on the Matt Morosoli Yu-Gi-Oh! Champion bandwagon.
Don't do it.
You're all heroes to me. I love you all.
Oh my God.
Thank you so much.
Why? Why does it have to be like this? We'll be right back.
Let's just chill in there. Fuck it.
Sure.
Yeah, back to shooting. All right, so the 4 pistols that I can see over here are going to shoot over here. The other 4 are going into there.
What's this from? Sorry, the Zephyrin?
Yep, we'll shoot 1 pistol into here because it's not going to affect my charge.
Sure.
I'm still within 10 of that guy. So you know what?
Yeah.
I'm just going to shoot. I'm going to shoot 5 into here
and
4 into here.
Okay.
And the last one, well, I'll shoot 1 more into there. 6.
Sure. Daemons first. Nice. 3s because you have 4, right? 4s. Kill 2. I assume if I kill those two, it doesn't change the charge. 7-11.
That one's out. One on
Toughness
the,
4 on the flamers.
one, AP 0. It's fine, right? It's the 3
Yeah,
up.
they're 3 up from shooting. Yeah.
All right, multi-melters in the middle.
Sure, into the big bird. Not neg 1 to hit this time.
That's good because I didn't move.
Cool. 6 toughness 8 -1 to wound.
It'll be 5s then because it's strength 8.
Yeah, toughness 8 -1. Oh, sorry, yeah, it is 5. Sorry, you're right. Yeah, sorry, math is hard. I'll robe that.
Okay. And did you get that psychic power for the plus toughness off last time?
I passed all of them, yeah?
Okay. Might want tokens.
You denied my bolt, which is the 9 dice.
Okay. I thought he did all mortal wounds into me. I think he did 3 casts straight into me mortal wounds.
You might be right. Let's assume you're right. We'll say you're right. I
Okay.
might have forgotten to do it. That's all good.
Then it would be 1 more, right?
3 still hasn't won. You went on a 4 then.
Because you're T7 back up to 4.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
All right, next brick.
So you might be right. I might have forgotten. That's all good.
I'm pretty sure I'm right, but
Yeah,
we're
sure.
going to be fine.
So 4s, not 5s. 3. So I'll take 1.
I'll roll it. Fuck it. That's what I get.
Punished. Big 1 wound for him.
And then a bunch of random bolter shots.
You still have the cherub on the second unit, don't you? Do you want to use that?
I'm not -1 to hit.
No,
You're on ones to
you do win on 6s though. 1?
No, 5s because you're T7. Oh, T7 -1.
Yeah.
Wait, those hit. I know you're not -1 to hit.
No, I'm not -1 to hit this turn.
3. Rolling ones, I guess. Wow, 4.
Wow, nice.
Wow.
Right. Checks out.
Cherub.
Yeah.
Cool.
Deserved
Cool.
after those bolter shots.
Well, I'd rather have a bolter melter go in.
Yeah. The Repentia are gonna fucking shred it anyway. Doesn't matter.
All the heavy bolters into here.
Yeah, man. Where's the big gun going?
The big gun will go into the guy in the middle.
Sure.
Totally not
No,
panicked.
we'll do it in here.
He's not shooting into the Bloodthirster, he's shooting into the Lord of Change. The Bloodthirster was one that got off the no fallback on the Rhino.
Yeah, it's in the middle of the table, the big Lord of Change. That is Mr. Michael Hamilton from my lovely former hometown of Ballarat. Thanks for joining us, brother.
Yeah, 1 down to 1.
I believe that's everything shooting.
Cool, man.
Charges. We're going to do the tank into the flamers.
I will overwatch you. That's not what I wanted to see. Do you want to pull out 15 for me, man? Wait, give me 10. I got 5. Just roll them. It's fine. You can help me roll. All right, we'll do 5s. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Plus those. These are all out. They're all for you. AP 2. So AP 1 for you.
4s.
Nice.
Wow, nice dice.
4. Cool. What do you need to make the charge, man?
I took 4, right? So he's
Yes.
at 7.
Yep. That looks pretty close. What do you reckon?
With a +1, I get 7, which is that far.
Are you +1 advanced charge? Yes,
Yeah.
yes, you do. You're in.
Wait,
Absolutely.
it's been hurting me all game not having the fucking 6s.
Yeah, for sure.
Them into him.
Yeah. You should be fine. I'm basically on the wall because I charged you before, so you can just charge into the wall.
Oh shit, that was dumb. I should have pulled one. I should have pulled out of the front. Because then you wouldn't have been able to charge me.
Yeah, true. To be fair, I thought I was going to kill you though. To be honest.
I did too, but
Well, you denied Bolt, and Bolt's the one. Bolt kills 5 or 6 of them. You denied the only power that mattered.
take it.
He'll have to probably come on the other side because I'm not on the wall there.
I'll just move a couple down.
Yeah,
then.
that's fine, man. No problem at all. You can just go in there. Sure, that's fine.
Rhino's stuck.
Yep. Zeph?
Zeph's.
Who do they want to go into?
They'll go into both.
I think you need a pretty big charge for them. Though. It's more than 9, right?
No, it's 9 to both. But I
Oh,
have
plus
plenty
1,
of miracle
plus 1.
dice.
Yeah, sure. You can use 9.
That I've definitely used 1 for that,
Yes, you have.
and I've already used 1. I don't remember what it was on. Movement or an advance or something. I definitely
Well,
used one.
you were going to use it
Damn
on
it.
that. You
No, I
didn't use
didn't use
that.
it. It wasn't damage. I definitely used one though. I know I did.
I'm sure you've used 2. That's right. Yeah, because you had 4 dice. So you've used 2. Yeah.
I had 5 actually, but
No, you had 4.
4. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You've used 2.
Yeah. So those are going in. What's the save on Demonettes?
5+ in combat.
But another bunch of charges coming off in the top of bottom of turn 2 for for Charlie. Is he risking another spicy interrupt?
Obviously going to go there first.
No, actually,
100%.
I honestly think this is a good play by Charlie at
Me
this
too,
point.
me too.
He needs to kill or cripple that Lord of Change. Now, there was some argument about if the +1 toughness got off. I'm pretty sure +1 toughness was one of the spells that cast.
I believe
but
it
that
was.
being said, it may not have been on the Lord of Change because he did cast 3 smite spells.
He cast twice, and it was asked, he has 2 spells from
Yeah.
the change caster, and the second spell was +1
Yeah,
toughness.
so he probably, regardless, they both agreed that that's
Doesn't-
what happened.
Exactly.
And
Doesn't
so,
change the math here on
and
the hits and
the
wounds.
bolters were what did all the wounds anyway.
Hilariously.
So, and now we're moving into these charges. The Castigator making its charges big because those flamers
Will be locked up.
are locked up.
I honestly thought when he interrupted, cool, he'll half kill it now, and then half kill it when he shoots into combat next turn. And then he 4 wounds, because there was a baller roll on the 4 pluses. But let's see this unfold, guys.
2, 4, that's 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and a wound. So 14 hits, but the wound doesn't stay in there.
I know. I'm just trying to make sure I did the right number. Yep. Okay. I didn't want to over attack you.
All good. And it's a strength 4, right? Threes. 5s in combat. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dead. 2 left.
I killed a couple of them already.
Did you?
I killed them in shooting with pistols.
Oh, they're dead. You're right. They're dead. You are totally correct.
Nothing into the flamers.
You had 1 into the flamers, right?
0. I know, but I didn't get anything.
Right. Gotcha.
I can't do that. Is there no unit back there?
No, so you have to come towards the flamers view console. Yeah.
I'll have this guy come around to here. I'll have this one tap right there. This one just go here and see.
Sure.
Those ones are going to chill.
That's fine.
The rhino, this thing's going
Tank,
to come
yep.
forward and try point him. And well, he's fly, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Well, whatever. Then I'm not going to do that. I'll stay right here. 3 attacks, 1 hit, 1 wound. Well, no, it's the strength 7. In here.
How many dice do you need then? I can get you some up.
4, 5. This is the first 5. I'll be fine.
This is the really important combat here.
Oh, poopy.
And your strength is?
6 plus 1 to wound. 1, 6.
You don't have explodes.
I did because I have an extra striker right now.
Okay, cool. Gotcha.
So this is 5s.
5s. Yeah. Because you got 6 plus 1 to wound, minus 1 to wound.
Yeah, so it's 5s, minus 1 to wound, 6 is back to 5s.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Austin Hanks, thanks for the sub.
So 5 so far. I'll roll the saves together. So 5 so far?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. How many is it? 15?
I only did half of them so far.
Yeah, gotcha.
Wait, why did you get rid of those?
Oh, they weren't in, were they? They were from your last roll. Are they still 15?
How many did you fail, though? You just pulled all the successful.
No, I haven't rolled the saves yet.
I know, but how many were
There were
successful?
5.
Are you sure?
That's what you told me.
Okay.
Yeah. I said I'd roll them all at the end.
I think I picked up some of the successes in this hand. I'm just going to redo it. I was looking at you when I was grabbing dice.
Sure. So 6s are good though. Nice. And 5s again. So
That's
this
why
plus 5.
6, 9 plus 5 is 14.
Yeah. So 5 plus saves in combat. It's a good roll. I robe one of them. 2, 4, 6, 12 damage.
And then you have 1 more.
That was all of them. I added 5. What's...
I don't think.
I took your dice and I put 5 into it.
Okay.
So I'm up to 16. You got the superior to fight me?
Yeah, okay. So he's down to what?
16 taken, so 4 left.
I would like to tell you that counting down is not usually accepted in Australia. Matt Morosoli is a savage. I disapprove.
He's an absolute beast.
One more.
Damage in
It's 1. It's damage 1.
pass.
Okay.
Are you done? You need to get back now?
Yep. I'm
So
done.
I'll do the Rhino into the Bloodthirster into the Rhino. I'll just do the big swings, 2s and 2s. There's 6 ups. It's dead. Nope. 2 inside.
Crafty Android, thank you for the sub.
No, they're going to go over here.
So I can't pile in and mortal them yet. I'm just going to pile in 3 that way when you're done.
Both on the objective and then shot the wall.
Yeah, you're object, so I can't take it off you.
Yeah, you will next turn, though.
I'll do the flamers next. I'll get 3 into the Zephyr and 2 into the tank.
Sweet.
So Sergeant and 2, so 4 from the Sergeant, 3 each from the other 2 guys into the Zephyr. Hitting on 4s, swinging on 3s. It's not the hit roll I'm looking for.
They hit on 4s?
Yeah, I don't know why. 3 wins, no AP.
1 dead.
Cool, and then 6 into the tank, 4s and then 5s. 4s, not 3s. 1 win, man. That's 1 more. Then I've got the Lord of Change. He's going to hit the... How many wins does the Superior have? I will hit the Superior. Hitting on 5s though, because I'm bottom bracket now. 2 hits, 2s. 2 wins.
Takes 1.
3 damage. All right, man.
And just one of these girls wanted to come in and base you.
That's totally fine. No problem at all. So we score for your turn.
Yep.
So that's some,
So you're going to get your
some
shrine
big
again.
plays here.
Yep, and then,
Lord
I'll
of
give you
Change
the
does
front.
not die, but it
And
comes
then I'll do
extra
the...
close.
I
That
killed something
not
in
getting
melee.
that +1
I'll give you
toughness
these.
really made a
And
big
I'm going to use
difference
on morale
here.
on them just to get
He
my
probably
max
took
for
4 or
my
5 more wounds than he
secondary.
normally would
I
have.
didn't kill any for morale. You don't have a
But
check.
here, this
This is
I
pretty
killed the
incredible.
Zephyr,
Killed one.
Good play by Charlie, I think. I think the chat noticed a little bit of stress. That's what happens when you get into these later rounds. You're playing against top table players.
Yep.
You're going to start questioning everything. You're going to start questioning your belief in God, in your marriage. You question all of your life choices. Like most of you probably do every night when you go to sleep. That's just what happens in the fray. These guys, Soli and Charlie, both playing very sportsmanlike, though. There was a little bit of a clock issue early. Soli just let Charlie use some of his clock earlier. We're seeing some just like top-tier play. This is very common. And just light little things at this point. So
This is the turn, though.
yes.
This is the turn where this was the turn for Charlie that they had the propensity to break Soli's back. Now Soli, having not had his back broken, essentially because the Lock and the Thirster are still alive, he can really bounce back. I don't know what the point is going to be here for Matt, what he's going to try and go for the most. It could be that he tries to all in and makes sure he gets those Retributors down, because as soon as Retributors down, essentially the Thirster is immortal for all intents and purposes. Of course, should the Repentia die as well, it's one of the last true big melee units left on the table. Both 5-man units of Zephyr of God. One of the 10-man units, 10 sister units of Repentia is gone also. The other 10 could definitely be smited down, flamed down, bloodletted down, various different means. In the bottom left-hand corner, I do believe a bloodlet unit will be coming down to charge in and bail out those flamers. Should all that happen, I have a lot of concerns for Charlie's board state. He's doing a phenomenal job here of holding Matt's score down, but my lord, he's using a lot of resources to get the job done.
Yep. This is really going to come down to how far can he make these units go.
Yeah.
If those bloodletters come down and fail that charge,
Oh, it's huge.
that's
Absolutely huge.
something that Charlie needs to really consider. Where Scarbrand going is another thing.
Yep.
Looking where that Bloodthirster was placed, I highly imagine that we're going to see some Scarbrand business in
Pretty
that,
much right
in
next
that
to it.
middle phase, in that middle line. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're seeing Matt pop up onto that top right objective to take it away. This is going to definitely be the turning point turn. Can he clear out those repention in the middle? Can he deal with the ones at the bottom?
The Zephyr at the bottom. If Soli is able to turn it, it's going to come from this turn right here.
Yes.
And Soli went first, and Charlie has done a phenomenal job of just smashing that primary score of him.
Yes.
Every turn he is shooting something onto the bottom, shooting something into the middle, back onto the bottom, back onto the middle. And first turn he did manage to get into the top left. I do believe it was a mistake that Matt got 4 on his primary in his turn.
Yes.
I don't think he should have. I think if he fought with the Repentia first, he just gives him a 0.
Yeah.
He just gives him a 0, mate. I think that was the only thing in hindsight. If he went back, it was like, only thing I could have executed better.
Yeah.
Apart from that, Charlie's playing a phenomenal game.
Charlie is playing a phenomenal. Now, Matt's going to get probably 6 more points here on Assassination. That Repentia Spear is only on 1 wound. There's another one with its butt hanging in the wind. He's going to score 3 more probably on Reality Rebels. Banners another 3. Yeah, this is a big turn for Matt, score-wise and damage-wise.
Yeah. Well, this is the turn where he can just start getting the 2-for-1s, right?
Yeah.
That unit of 4 flamers kill 2 units of 5. Another unit of flamers is about to come down and could possibly do the same. Like, I mean, the bottom right-hand quadrant, I don't believe is protected right now. I can see a Hospitaller back there. I can see a bunch of characters, a bunch of small units inside that L and adjacent above that L. There could be a position on top of those crates or above them, below them. 5 flamers can come down. And if everything goes perfectly for Soli, could be close to a tabling.
Yes.
Could be close to a tabling for Charlie, unfortunately.
Oh, there's Scarbrand.
The best painted model in his army.
Oh, and he is dropping him at the bottom.
That is spicy. Maybe he thinks if the flamers do come down in the bottom right, he has enough units there already.
And I think he's banking on that Bloodthirster just reaping whatever carnage.
Yeah. And the other thing is there's another unit of Demonettes as well.
Yep.
Yeah, it's wild. The flamers that were in combat with the Castigator have fallen back with a nice fly and have ended up possibly on top of that ruin, possibly on the bottom floor. Not too sure.
Yep.
Usually when they place them on top, it's for our viewing pleasure and viewing experience. So we assume they're on the bottom until stated otherwise.
Yeah, and now he's going to use the Bloodletters at the top instead.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah,
exactly so right. Not going to bother with the Warp Locust. You know what? Yeah, that's it.
There's no need. He's going to get like he's going to be -1 for everything near those flamers and that Bloodthirster. So it's going to be an 8-inch charge on 3d6 with a CP reroll should it come to that. Ooh, what was that statement?
The Repentia are immune to psychic.
Ooh, that's big. That's big. Mind you, the lock, I thought the lock might fall back and try and use his psychic into the Zephs, but I'm not sure what the move of a bottom tier lock is. Might only be like 6 inches.
Might only be 6.
Which means
you could hop over a wall, that would be about it.
And that was the big deal why he based him and make sure there was one Repentia through the wall. So that he couldn't fall back and not see the Repentia because of obscuring and smite, and kind of snipe into the unit.
Yep.
So very clever there by Andre.
Very, very clever play by Charlie.
Yeah, so Blood does come down in the top middle. The lock is jumping out. Looks like, did he spend the 2 CP to bounce him out?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I did see him drop 2 CP off of one of the dice there, so.
Yeah, so he can, for 2 CP, any unit can literally jump out of combat and then be re-deep struck, essentially, right? But it is 2 CP, it is quite a bit of attacks. But when you're in that unit with a lock that literally is not going to do anything, because if it falls back, it can't smite, can't psychic, and if it stays in combat, it's dead as shit. Sorry, I swore. Apologies. Matt's bringing it out of me. Actually, no, Charlie's bringing it out of me. That's been really good. Charlie's been really, yeah.
No, this was just a plain fallback with the Lord of Change.
Oh, really? So he's accepted he's not going to psychic anyway.
Yeah.
Well, if they were going to be the closest target, you just fall back and you just cop it. Well, this just changes, I think, what the Flamers have to do. The last unit of Flamers that needs to deep strike in. Surely they come in and just make sure the Repentia ain't there no more.
Is that not them at the top, though, in the middle?
The top middle, that's Bloodletters.
No.
And then to the right is the 4 that started on the table.
Oh,
that deep struck in turn 2 on top of the crates.
Yes.
The bottom left are the ones that started on the table. There's 1 unit more to place. This is actually, thinking about that, the fact that we're going into turn 3 and all the Flamers still exist.
Yes. That's bad news.
Oof.
Bad news bears.
Yeah, right there, that's bad. But we'll see. It looks like Charbion's being repositioned right now. Now that he knows what is up with the Repentia, I think he thought he was going to 2 CP out and smite, get him down by various means. He really does need to make sure he allocates an appropriate amount of models to that. Only issue there is Scarbrand really does not like giving +1 attack to Repentia.
No, he needs to make sure he wipes them before they get to attack.
Yeah, I would flame
But even then, Charlie looks like... Now, Charlie might be the one that's down to 1, actually, because I believe Matt was using the larger dice for his CP.
Yes,
so he won't be able to fight on death, right? Because it's a 2 CP strat.
I believe it is, yeah.
So we'll find out soon enough.
Exactly
right. Let's listen to it and see what they're doing here.
Whatever. You screened out very well. Let's get a couple that can shoot some Zeph. So they're 9 down to 8, right? And that goes... No.
That's 8.
Sure. So I'll put 2 over there.
And that's for the bump you out to 8.
They're 9 base, right?
Yep.
Yeah, good.
There you go.
And then at the 7. A bit further forward there. That look about right?
Yep.
Perfect. Thanks, man. All right, let's do psychic.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Nope, you're good.
Perfect. So psychic, we'll start with a bolt change from the water change. 8. Yep. I'll target the Zephyrim on the right hand side. There's how many left in that unit?
7.
Sure. So it's going to do 2 mortals, which will kill 2 models and do 2 additional mortals. We'll go for the smite on them as well.
Yeah, can't protect it. Okay.
Nope, all that. That'll peril, so I will reroll that with my last command point. So it's a
He's
big
bracketed. He doesn't get his pluses.
He gets +1. He doesn't get +2 anymore.
He doesn't go all the way down to 0?
No.
Did you take that into account on this first cast? Because you rolled a 5 and you said +2 on the first cast.
I rolled a 8, I believe. It wasn't a big one. Yeah. So it's a you got to deny, right? Sure.
What is this? What is that?
You're denying the power?
No, I did not deny it. But what is this?
No, I thought your roll was, it was a smite.
Okay, so I took 1 mortal or 2?
I rolled 2. Got 1 left. Sorry, I thought your roll was the deny.
It was.
Right.
Okay, now he can't be seen by you.
Sure, so I now can't gateway because that's now the closest and I can't target them, so I lose my last. So I'll boom with the last power. 9, I'll be toughness 8 unless you deny it. Nope. Over here, I will put +1 to wound on these flamers.
Oh, is that a long range?
It's 18, but that fails. It's a 7. I will cast nothing else. Nothing else matters here. We'll go to shooting. We'll go 1 flamer at the Zeph, 4 at the Repentia. The 1 at the Zeph, the 4 shots. I didn't get +1 to wound, so it was only so 3s.
1 more.
3. Kill it. 4 at the Repentia. 2, 2, 3, and 5. +12, so 3, 6, 9, 12. Perfect number of dice. So get these ones on 3s as well. All the dice in front of me were bloody 1s. There you go, all those.
5s. 5s. Oh, that's 5.
Aren't they 6+ save?
No, I have the +1 invul now.
Right, got them.
Oh, I don't. I'll do that again.
How many? They did anyway, right?
No, I only took 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll just call him dead.
Sure. Okay. I just roll Scarbrand's Flamer on the character.
I get a.
You do. Now, if you like. Scarbrand gets 10.
What? Scarbrand gets 10 shots?
2d6 Flamer, 5 and 5.
Interesting.
So winning on 3s. They're just AP1, 1 damage. So.
Oh, it's just a flamer, so 2s. Damn it.
The squad of 5 flamers will shoot. We'll shoot everything into the squad of 4 flamers. So we'll shoot everything into the squad of Rets on the closer to me.
Spend a CP to shoot on death on a 4+.
Sure. Those +12. Worst feeling having to use the casino dice on units like this. So I'll just win you on 3s.
Okay, good. It's 1 CP.
There you go. Those are 4 ups for you, man. Got him?
6s.
Oh,
Dead perfectly.
so you want to roll
Here are the 4.
first?
Here are the 4 bolters,
Sure. So 2 get 2.
and then here are the 4 meltas.
1. Cool.
The multi-meltas going into obviously. Scrum.
Yeah.
These are 3s, rerolling 1s.
Sure.
4 rerolling 1s.
Take it. I have no CP, so you can just
8.
Cool.
Oh, that works.
It's 3, yeah, not 2. Yep.
And then
you had
4 bolt shots.
yeah.
And these are going in the flamer. They'll go into Scarbrand too. Fuck it.
Bloodless, yeah, sure. 6s.
1, 2.
2, nice. Take 2 more. 3 left. Cool. Okay. That's shooting, shots. Can't shoot those flamers. We've got charges. The Bothers will look for a 7 into the sisters over here.
Don't do it.
Big roll. That'll do it.
Damn it.
That's what I wanted to see.
That's right on top of a death bolt.
Okay, sorry. I will go.
You know you're gonna fillet him.
Yeah, I should do.
You rolled an 8, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you mind if I just charge the assassin as well? I didn't know I was there. I was the same charge.
You're
distance,
fine.
right?
You're fine, dude. Yeah.
Thanks, man. Sorry, I didn't even realize that was there.
No,
It's
you're good.
It's right in that spot that
You
I can't see.
it all. Yeah.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
No, that'd be a bullshit thing to care about.
Okay.
That's some
So
sportsmanship.
I
good
advanced
boys.
those
Good
flames.
stuff,
Yep,
Charlie.
I did. I
Big
can't
time.
charge yet. Absolutely. So the Bloodthirsty doesn't want to die charging them on Overwatch. So I'm just going to charge your Repentia on the other side of the wall.
You will lose that fight.
I will lose it, but I'm going to kill you first. No? Why is that?
In a fight last year.
Where are you though? Where is she?
Right here. She's got them in a 2-inch bubble.
It's a. Really? Well,
Except for the ones down
where,
here.
where is she?
She's right here. She's got those 6 in a 2-inch bubble, and these 2 you would have to charge way down
It's
into
a
these.
3-inch aura though, right?
No, you're all the way at the other end of her base. I put 2 bases of Repentia, so that's 2 inches. See right here with the sword?
Yeah. But is the fight last 3 inches?
Yes, it's 3 inches.
So,
That's why I piled 2 bases next to her.
Okay, I see.
Because their bases are less than an inch. so.
That makes a lot of sense. Oh, look, I will charge the Reds then. That's fine. I will let you overwatch if you'd like to. Are you on 1 or 2? I think
Now I'm on 1.
Yeah, sure.
6s, rerolling 1s.
Yeah, I don't like this, but we'll see.
You guys.
Come on. Yeah, here we go.
That was bullshit.
Yeah. I was expecting you to die there. I'm like, you don't have a 6 in the Miracle Dice, surely. Cool. In we go. Got 3. Great.
That was definitely a butt clench
come-
moment
what
for
do you want?
Morosoli.
Well,
Having to charge the
the
multi-melta unit instead of the
Okay,
Repentia because of the fight
other
last
charges.
aura.
And Charlie could have gotched him with that. He did
look,
not.
the
He's playing
Brothers
at
will
the
go
upper echelon. He's found some stuff a bit confusing because I'm assuming it's fatigue, but he's playing a top tier sportsmanship game.
Once you've played 18 hours of 40k,
Yeah.
it starts to really grind on you guys. And yeah, it's definitely been definitely an issue here. Still making some big plays. I think some people said in the chat, and it was kind of expected, when those flamers came down, they really kind of whipped this game over. There's not a whole lot more Charlie can do, I don't think. This game does appear to be pretty firmly with the Demons. It's not to say he can't swing it. Like, he does still have 1 unit of Repentia that can do a lot of work, and then some Zephyrim around.
The only issue, the bigger issue I see here is the loss of the Rets. Also, I would like to point out, it hasn't been called by the players, but the Bolters did 2 wounds to the
Bloodthirster, they probably should not have happened.
or had already taken 8 wounds.
Because
that
it already
phase.
taken 8 from the
he just slapped down the 6 on the Miracle Dice,
Yeah.
gave him the 8 wounds. Shouldn't have taken any damage from the bolt
bolters?
guns. Don't think it's going to matter. The
No.
Bloodthirster was going to die next turn anyway. It's not
Exactly.
going to die here. Who cares?
Yeah.
But
It's kind of a non-issue. If someone brings it up with them, that's fine. But yeah,
That's
we
fine.
did note that.
and not our place to jump in. There will be, I believe there's active judging for the finals though.
I believe there is active judging for the
Yeah.
finals just
So-
to be safe, but
We may tap a judge on the shoulder and tell them, and if they choose to intervene in the game, that's their biz. Should that come up later. But thank you so much for joining us, guys. We do have one more game after this. It's going to be spicy. Let's see what happens in this fight phase.
And it's 8, and then an extra one for the Sergeant into the Battle Sisters. Probably not quite the right split of attacks, if I'm being honest, but I want to make sure I kill the unit doing the action.
I would have.
Reeling 1s for the Bloodthirster.
Yep.
6.
2s don't hit.
Yeah,
right?
2s do not hit. And winning on 3s. And they're AP3, so AP2.
Oh, 2.
So yeah, 5 plus 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come.
No, 4.
4.
1 left.
Okay, cool. That's annoying.
Not as annoying as that charge.
Yeah, for sure. So you can once if he interrupt if you want to, but it makes no
It's
difference.
free. It's free.
Oh, it's free interrupt, right? Gotcha.
She hits on 2s. Not that it would matter.
Strength.
T.
4. Skills 1. 5+ from combat. Bloodthirster.
I'm just going to get that battle
I
system out
don't
of the way.
believe they're
Yeah,
directly
definitely.
across
No
from each
problem.
other. I think they're a little bit adjacent, so they definitely are within the range.
Good. Bloodthirster bottom profile has 12.
And didn't he lose an attack because it's like later on in the game or some shit?
No, he starts at 8. He's like on bottom profiles. He has 6, but he doubles it with the suite. So he's on 12 instead of 16. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hitting on 4s now because I'm bracketed all the way. Roll that one. And winning on 2s. Cool. AP 3 damage. But AP
5s down to 4s.
Yeah.
5
no,
still.
6s down to 5s.
Well, I have a 5 up pinball. Either
Oh,
way.
sure. Yeah, sure.
But it's AP 3, right?
Yeah.
It's 5s.
Cool.
Damage.
3.
3 dead.
Oh, it's under here. 2+ effect D3 mortal wounds.
Oh, come on.
Hey. Big 3. Got him.
You stinker.
That's, it's character, right. Good.
It's not a character.
Oh, no,
it's part of the unit.
Oh, okay.
I'm keeping her for leadership.
I killed 4
3.
and then 3.
Yeah, it's an 8. No,
Is
no,
it-
no. I got one of the feel no pains off. You,
Oh,
only
okay.
you killed 3 and 3.
It's 3 damage for feeling pains.
I know, I didn't. Okay, you killed 3 and 3, I'm sure.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Okay.
Love that as a fight next.
One second, let me get this out of the way.
Yeah, it's all good. 6s. 1. Good. I'm just going to lose like 2 at the back. So, 8 guys. +1 sergeant. There you go, same number of dice from before actually. No rerolls here because the Bloodthirster is too far away. And winning on 3s, man.
This is only 5 of them attacking, right?
All but 2, because I fight the guy through here and then the 2 behind
I
him.
was supposed to be an inch off.
Oh,
the wall.
okay. I'll go again. I'll roll. It was okay. It's not that. 3s. There you go. AP3. Yeah, got him. Cool. That's me done. So you're going to have a leadership test here and here. So they lost 7.
That one's meaningless over there. No, they started the action. If they live, that's huge.
Yeah, so you are neg 1, so you'll auto pass that one for sure. And then they lost, what was it, 6 and neg 1, so -7.
It's lead 9. Oh, no, it's lead 8 because she's too far away.
So just a 1 is a pass. So I killed 6. So the last guy will run on a 1, 2, or a 3. I've got -1, but to live. Cool. That's my turn, man. So we'll score it up. So I have gone out of my game.
You did not scan
I did not scan this turn. That is correct.
reality for 1, 2.
I'm just gone out.
Just going to
Reality
check out the
for
scores
center,
as they
I've-
come in. A really big turn for Matt. He has taken firm control of this table, of this board, killing most of the offensive units from Charlie, with the exception of 1 unit of Repentia.
Yes. So we do have those that 1 squad of Repentia hanging out because of that fight's last. He was too afraid to deal with it. He's got 5 Zephyrim at the bottom. He still has his Castigator. But really, 3/4 of the boards are demons now. It's not. This is like an impossibility, I think, to catch back. That being said, he did have 1. Looks like Sister survive at the top to secure another Sacred Ground. So that'll be another 5 points.
Huge
for Charlie.
Huge.
So Charlie is still racking up points. It's going to be a lot closer than we think. We do have some more updates from the field from our friend Dustin Henshaw, and it looks like they've dried him off. I don't know why he decides to take a shower in between updates, but here we go.
See you soon.
Hello, everybody. I am here with another mid-round update. A lot of the games have reached their natural conclusion now as the games are heating up for others. The update for Lewis and Mike Porter. Lewis starts his retaliation on his turn 2. Shooting and psychic kills a transport, destroys a central troop. The Terminators pop out and teleport close to mid along with some characters. The Harlequins are far ahead on points right now, so Luis is going to have to push really hard. But there is currently a crowd of purple and yellow shirts around this table, so we might have to wait a little bit bit until I can squeeze through that to give you another update to follow up and see how it turns out for him. Stephen Box and TJ Lanigan. TJ moved up finally with teleporting the 8 remaining scarabs onto the objective in his zone, while the Flamers and Rubrics moved closer to the center and onto the other home objective. Steven's turn 3, he gets another 12 on primary, and TJ has pretty much accepted the fact that Steven will get a 45 on primary, but is planning on winning the secondary game hard by denying no prisoners and behind enemy lines. So the Banshees, all 15 striking Scorpions and a Farseer, move out to charge the Flamers, nearly kill all of them, as well as 2 of the characters in TJ's backline. But on TJ's turn 4, the mortal wounds killed all the Banshees, all the striking Scorpions, and the characters, obliterating the entire vanguard of Steven's tactics. Steven is running away fast with the primary, but the secondary game is evening it out. However, the remaining Scarabs just bombed a massive charge of 11 inches into the center objective, stealing it away from him, holding 3 objectives now with a Rubric squad teleporting into the back and clearing the last objective. TJ had taken over the backfield. The rest of the game went pretty quickly at that point, and TJ took the round 85-70 over Stephen Box. Jack Harpster versus Brian Sipe has reached its conclusion as well. 2 squads of 5 infiltrators pushed forward into the Orcs, clearing the Gretchen and stealing one of Brian's objectives, while the first unit of fully buffed Sandguard make an appearance, killing the War Boss. The Orcs walked on turn 2 and pushed forward with the Mega Knobs, while a second War Boss and trucks with tank buses attempt to clear some infiltrators, as well with some Storm Boys. One of the tank buster squads moved up, took a couple pot shots at Sandguard, killed 2 of them. The Mega Knobs picked up 6 Sandguard, and another 2 died in close combat to the Storm Boys. However, we just got word that Jack Harpster won the round. I don't have scored for you on that one, unfortunately, but that is your mid-round update. I'm Dustin Henshaw. Thank you for tuning in. And we're going to be going to sponsors right now. Thank you for watching. Oh, hi, everybody. I'll do a dance for you.
FLGN coverage of the Las Vegas Open is made possible by the generous support of our sponsors. Alkylabs.com, Matalis.com, Play with Magic, Frontline Gaming, Champions of Tabletop, Best Coast Pairings, competitive events made easier, The Army Painter, more time for gaming. Live game scores are powered by the Tabletop Battles app, available now on Android and coming soon to iOS.
Hey everybody, we're back. 52 Hades, thanks for the subscription. What a way to come back to the game. What an intense play we've got going on. A really, really close matchup between 2 excellent players. But the Flamers have turned the tables.
Exactly right. As soon as there was a recognition kind of dawned on me that we were going into turn 3, bottom of turn 3, with every single Flamer still alive. That is a no bueno game in the world of Nephilim. This game set will not exist come Monday, but as it sits right now, Flamers are the dominant unit in every game upon which they are existing.
And I think I mentioned earlier, there are 1,373 Flamers currently in attendance.
Out of 950 odd players in attendance,
yeah.
There's more Flamers than players.
Almost 150% Flamer to person ratio here at this event, because they are absolutely the best unit in 40k at this time.
This is going to be the possible clapback turn for Charlie. He can absolutely kill this Bloodthirster, kill these Flamers. I'm not sure he can kill the Bloodletters as well. Maybe it's some characters. He's got a character with the best of Blessed Blade. The cannon she can go in there, do a lot of work.
She can do a lot.
The problem is then the return is Scarbrand. Scarbrand just wandles on in and just he's going to kill as many units as he managed to make contact with. And if he does it, as a unit of Bloodletters in the middle of the table as well, that can be reinforced with more Flamers that can pick up the slack, pick up the miss. There's going to be a spicy turn for Charlie. I'm hoping he's able to claw this back. It looks like he's diverting the way he's shooting here as well. 3 wounds left on that Bloodthirster. Should be pretty easy to pick up. I'm wondering if that's where the Cannoness might end up going, and via use of a couple of Miracle Dice, making sure he gets hits, gets wounds. Because, in all honesty, the Repentia are a waste there.
Yes.
The Repentia are a waste. They wound him on 5s, and it's going to take so many to get through that. Use a character, go and kill a bunch of these units that are on objectives and actually hurt the score. board of Matt Morosoli.
Yeah, that's going to be the big play here. He needs to kind of reinforce this back end. The thing is, he's been scoring so well on secondary that he is currently ahead now on points, right? So he can make a game of this.
Absolutely.
Just based on his secondary game. He's kept Morosoli down on banners. His assassination is still quite low given all the characters there. So yeah, Charlie's going to keep it close. It is Morosoli's game to lose at this point.
I believe it is as well. Prometheus7, thank you very much for the sub as well. This is another interesting thing as well. The Hospitaller might be coming up clutch. As I can see, I think he's just rezzed a couple of models in addition. Looks like those Retributors, all the sisters that were in the top right, have fallen back from the Bloodthirster, gotten onto the objective, and just rezzed a couple via some tricky means.
Yes.
I do like this. I've never understood why the Hospitaller, of all the models in the army, gets to be like on a 50 mil base.
It doesn't make a lot of sense. I guess it's like the like med gun that she has, a little EpiPen, takes up a lot of space.
She's pulling the gurney.
Yeah.
She's towing the gurney around with her. Yeah. It is quite hilarious.
Oh, she does have a BS too.
Looks like we're to the shooting phase, so we'll take a step back and listen to
what
the
they're
things
having to say.
Another grenade from the Hospitaller. I guess one more from Palantine grenade is going into the
Finest?
no, these guys.
Oh, the Bloodletters, sure. I'm still coming up with the sister name.
Oh, she wanted to fall back.
Yeah, you can fall back, that's fine. Yes. Yeah, hits.
And then these guys wanted to walk forward 6.
Sure.
I didn't see them over
Yeah,
there.
all good, man. Hits.
Yep. Wounds.
Good.
Yep. They're T4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Multi-meltas. Oops.
You fell back.
I know, I paid both the CP. One for fallback and shoot, one for
You
resin.
said you wanted to take the CP.
I know. And then I changed my mind again. That's why I took them both out.
Okay, all right.
Sorry, just flipping my board. 4s rerolling. We're going to go... God, I don't need that Bloodthirster dead. We're going to go 1 into the Bloodthirster, 6 into Scarbrand.
Sure. So, who do you want to do first?
This thing... Where's the Wounded Flamer? It's one of these ones, right?
Yeah, one of those is on one.
We're going to do everything from them. Heavy Bolt... everything to them.
Sure.
You got T8 -1 to wound with the big boy, right?
I did, yeah. So you win on 6. Oh, no, you win.
He doesn't minus... Oh, he still has the phase thing.
Yeah, yeah. What do you want to do? So, what's going where, sir?
I'm doing everything into these flamers.
Sure.
I'm going to do my heavy bolters into those guys because they're just saving up 4s, right?
These guys? They are.
Fuck, this is tricky.
And this has how many left? 6? Is that right? You bracket, right?
Yeah, but it has 11 wounds, so it's not bracketed.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh, but
It was
oh,
a
yeah,
7.
sure, yeah, I did 5. You're right. Yeah,
Sorry,
you're right.
you can't
Right.
ask
No,
me
it's
too
on
many
you.
questions. I
What's
know,
your-
but you keep asking me questions. Sorry,
Sure.
you're breaking my train of thought.
Gotcha.
We're going to go 8 into Scarbrand. All right, we're going 2 into the Bloodthirster, 6 into Scarbrand from those guys.
Sure. 1.
Nope, we're rolling.
Sir. I failed
2.
1. I passed the second one, so 1 goes through.
We're going to do 7 damage to him. It's 2 so far. And then 2 into Bloodthirster. Nope. That was miserable. She fell back. Tank. Everything into them.
Okay.
Big cannon will go into them. No, them. I need to get rid of them.
Everything in the Bloodletters?
Yeah. How many wounds does Scarbrand have left?
15. These are heavy bolters, so 3s.
2.
1.
In 3 shots. 2 hits. 2. One more.
Kill 2.
That was miserable. Those guys into the Bloodthirsters.
What's this, sorry?
These guys in here.
Bloodletters, right.
Whatever. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, all good. No stress.
Dogmod onto the Bloodthirster. Fuck
Sure.
it. He can't interrupt, right?
I know, you're going to make me fight last anyway, so I couldn't interrupt. Even if I had CP.
Tank into the ear,
Which one?
just right in front of it.
Yeah, sure. So no Overwatch. Yep.
That's fine. Cannon S is going to charge into. Hell, I can't do this. Melts us into you. I don't have any other options.
Into the Flamers. I will Overwatch.
Okay.
Sure. Cannon S into them now?
Yep. Cannon S into both. Well, into just the blood.
Yeah, you can only get me. Oh, the blood letters, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, you said first. It's all good. So just.
I want to do actually.
You want to be both.
Yeah.
You don't have to be both, but it's.
There we go.
Sure.
Well, she'll go in there more.
Sure. Get the obstacle off the objective, yeah.
And then the Palatine will go into just the Flamers.
Sure. Yep, she's in.
The Repentia will go into. Them and them.
Sure. 7.
+1, thank
Yep.
God.
Yep, nice. It's going to have to spread out a little bit, but you'll still be smashing me. Yeah, 2 there, man. Sure. And you good? Yep.
Hospitaler and the Flamers. Fucking Bloodthirster's gonna live.
Maybe. Oh no, you punched me good. Where would you like to start, man? I can't interrupt, so it's kind of all up to you.
Cannon S into the Bloodthirster.
She charged Bloodletters.
I thought she charged. I think she said I had to charge both.
I thought you were charging the Flamers, sorry. You don't have to charge both, but you hit the Bloodthirster if you want. You just don't need to hit the Bloodletters then. I think you're too far away from both, but you can just choose where you want to go. You roll a big enough charge. I don't care what you want to hit. It's like totally up to you.
I don't think I can finish off the Bloodthirsters.
Bloodletters or first 3? Yeah, cool, gotcha. Yep, sure.
All right. Yeah, so she's fighting. It doesn't matter where you fight last. Everything into the Bloodthirster.
Sure. She gets reroll ones from.
She has rerolls hits from her artifact.
Right. Strength?
6.
Oh, 1. Good.
Dogmata.
What's the weapon
5.
here?
It's the Crozius thing. It's on 2s.
Damage is, strength is?
At least 5.
Damage is?
2.
Good. Does live? That's pretty good.
Solely.
What's this for?
What are you doing, man?
Yep.
2 and 1 more for the sergeant. Actually, it doesn't matter.
So this is on the bloodletters.
Yep.
Good.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. What's this? Sorry, you
Sorry, yeah, Palatine.
Sorry, just tell me what you're fighting with.
Palatine into the
bloodletters. Sure.
2.
Strength is at least 4. Yeah.
Yep.
Still 2.
I went south real quick. Hospitaler.
Yeah. Yo, that's wild.
2 more.
Strength is
at least 5.
Sure. Damage?
Just 1.
1 down to 1.
I guess I should check. Well, whatever. We're gonna go in the center.
That's 1 into the Flamers, and then what's it? 4 into the Bloodletters?
Yep. There's the 1 in the Flamers.
Sure.
I shouldn't have charged the Flamers. They can't.
Yeah.
They can't shoot. Whatever.
This is Bloodletters first.
Yep.
Wild. That's an awful roll,
That's
dude.
game right there.
That's awful. Get me on 3s.
6 is 2 mortal, so there's 2 mortals in there.
1?
You didn't. I think you knocked. I said whatever. We'll call it 1. It's
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6.
I think you kill me anyway. Maybe not. 2 on the outside.
So there's 1
3.
left.
There's gonna be 2. So it's...
No, there's 7 because I killed 6. Plus the mortal.
Right. Yeah, you're right. Cool. No, you are correct. I just can't do math. I'll just leave that guy. I'm gonna run to morale anyway. Tank.
Nothing.
My turn. Cool. I can just do all these, right? Doesn't matter what order. So Flamers will. How many wins has she got?
Oh,
What's this?
into the flamer.
Oh yeah, sure.
4. 3. Sorry.
You kill the wounded guy and 2 wins for the next guy. Cool. All right, my time. How many wins has she got?
5.
With the
4 or 5. But
3
I
plus
think
save.
5. Yep.
So they'll hit her. 4. Yeah, throw me one more, man. Thanks. Winning on 4s, winning on 3s. That many, just no AP.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. And I failed it.
You want to check if she has 4 or 5?
That was my feel no pains that ran into your hands.
Oh, sure. Go again. That's fine.
God damn it. Just give it to me. Fuck.
Yeah.
I bet she has 4. Watch this. She's going to have 4.
I'll see the Bloodthirster into the Canoness. How many wins has she got, the Canoness? Really? Rough. How many wins Canoness got, sorry?
5.
Sure. I'm going to do 6 into each. This is Canoness. 4s and then 2s. Good chat. Nothing. And then the Dogmata. 3 invos. They're 3 damage each. Good. I'll just do mortal wounds for Canoness, so it's a 3-up because she's a character, so I don't get the mortal wounds on her. I'll do the Bloodletters next. So which character ended up charging the Bloodletters?
It's just the Palatine.
That's that one
Oh,
there?
shit. Yeah, it's just the Palatine.
Yeah, sure.
I forgot this girl. I had to get out of there.
That's fine, man. No stress. So I'll get 3 to get that, and I'll get 4 that can hit the Crusaders. So 6, 7 attacks to the Palatine and the Sarge, hitting on 3s, rolling 1s. Winning on 3s. Just those.
Into what?
Palatine.
Takes
2 damage each.
Down to 1.
Yeah. And then I've got, 4 into the Crusaders. 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll the 1s. Shot 4 as well. Rough. 4 wounds onto the Crusaders. I don't know what save they got, but AP 3.
4 ups.
Cool. We'll consolidate.
Thanks so much, Carlos, for the sub.
I pull myself out over there, so I'm not fighting back with the Bloodletter. My flame is hit the tank. Did you roll your attacks in the tank?
Yeah.
Cool. Force 5s here. Yo. 2 on the tank. No AP. Great. It's not getting any better for you, dude. It's rough.
It's all good. It happens.
Morale?
I'd rather it happen to you than someone poopy. So.
I got to roll a 1 for my Bloodletter. I guarantee I will after that turn you've had. Right.
That's how she goes.
Do not solely.
You killed 4 Bloodletters though over here, so I'm 9 with a Sergeant and an Icon, so I can run on the 6. No. Only killed 1 Flamer, and I haven't given you a morale test anywhere. So that's 10. So you won't get Shrine. Kind of falls apart a bit, I think.
ZFU, bunch of
you're up
random
to 1,
other
right?
words. Thank you
I'll
so
go to
much.
1 this turn, yeah.
Miracle die. I didn't even kill anything in melee, right?
No. So in your turn, you got a...
Wow.
Wow.
No
Wow.
Shrine, Leaf, you got
Solely
no
just
Shrine.
stonewalled every possible thing in that turn.
Yeah.
The shooting did nothing. The fighting didn't even kill. He didn't kill a unit in
Didn't
combat.
finish off a unit.
Didn't kill the Thirster. Didn't kill the Letters. Didn't kill the Flamers. Just
Like
wow.
Charlie needed a lot to happen this turn to have a way out.
But,
He needed
like-
those characters to do a lot of damage. He needed the Repentia to clear that middle. That which should have just happened.
It feels like it almost
But
feels disrespectful
it-
when you have like so many things that can go wrong and all of them do.
Well, and Sully even said it. You heard it.
Yes.
Like there just came a point where he just felt bad,
He
right?
did.
And
He's
it
just like-
sucks when that happens. But at least Charlie said, at least you're not a poop. You're not poopy.
The
which is-
cherry on top was him saying, "I bet you I'll roll a 1 now with how
Yeah.
your turns are going for his last bloodletter to survive and cause the 12."
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
bang, clocks the 1.
It is what it is.
Absolute, just disgusting.
Yeah,
Absolutely
so-
disgusting.
Sully gets a big turn. He scores 22 points on that turn at the end of it.
Yikes.
Because that was Charlie's turn. So now we're
That was
moving into
Charlie's.
Sully. this is Soli's game. We do have one more update, I believe.
Look. In all honesty, maybe he has a castigator at the left at the end of this turn.
Yeah.
Maybe.
We will come back, guys.
Flamers pick up the Repentia, and then it's just mopping up characters and bits and pieces.
Apparently the interviews are not ready, but we do have some interviews lined up that we're going to get shortly.
I do feel like Charlie played better than this game state represents.
I agree. I do feel like this was a situation where, like, other than that first turn Repentia play where he chose, and we talked a little bit about why he might have chosen to do that. Even then, like, other than that, I don't feel like Charlie made too many mistakes.
I really don't. I think this was just a game of resource management. And remember what I said about getting 2 for 1? That last turn by Soli he got 2 for 1. And then the only thing that could be done to respond was to offer more 2 for 1s.
Yep.
And like Matt killed more things of Charlie's in Charlie's turn than Charlie killed of Matt. By a lot. By like several multipliers.
By a lot, yeah. And we're now seeing them kind of shift in. He's got that Bloodthirster deep in the lines. He's moving those Bloodletters at the top. He's consolidating here. His main goal now is to take as many primary as he can.
It honestly doesn't matter at this point.
It doesn't.
Soli is 1. He's going to make it into the Shadow Round or the round of 16 or round 7 of this event, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, well done to him. Aussie, BDE all the freaking way.
Way to go, Yu-Gi-Oh!
Stop it, you.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
We have some interviews coming up at the end of this. I want us to sit tight. This game might be over, but this story is just unfolding. We have a couple of interviews. Was it David?
Tim Dietlifs.
Tim Dietlifs
was supposed to be on. He just had a wonderful game at Tom Ogden. The thing about Tim Dietlifs, in case you've never seen or heard of him, he's a beautiful, gigantic Canadian Sasquatch, which means that once a game is over, sometimes he just disappears or is blurry.
Just wonders.
And no one knows why. You just look at him and he's blurry, so it's hard to find him.
He just becomes pixelated.
He just becomes pixelated. So if Dustin manages to pull him up, we're getting an interview with him. There are a couple other people we want to chat with as we move into the Shadow Round because the games are finalizing. We're seeing who's going to be in there, and it's looking like it's going to be quite the tight group.
Oh, absolutely. It is. These finals are coalescing, and good Lord, is it going to be spicy this round of 16. The boys are going to be tired. You saw how sleepy they were now.
Yeah.
You saw, I mean, I hope Charlie feels proud of the way he played this game, but it was easy to see. He was probably about 10%, 15% not there.
Some of the Soli, right?
Even Soli, yeah,
there was a lot of like forgetful, like there was that
yeah.
toughness at the beginning where they forgot that the Lord of Change had the toughness. We still don't quite know what happened with the Lord of Change. We think he either fell back or teleported out, but he's still smited and something. So we're going to have a talk with somebody to figure out what happened there. Could have been a rule snafu, whatever. But we saw a lot of that where dice were being rolled and then they didn't remember what they were doing. And that's what happens. And the Shadow Round guys, having been in person to 4 of them now.
Yes.
It is really a round where you get to see like the people that are able to go the distance, the marathon runners.
The big deal in the Shadow Round is you only need to win or lose. And the people who are losing and keep freaking playing when they're into their 14th, 15th hour of 40k for the day, you see what people are made of. It is really quite a something. And some people thrive. Some people play better in the Shadow Round than they do in the rest of the event. It's kind of crazy.
Just when they get into that mode. Now, the beautiful thing about what just happened, guys, just so we know, we're looking for Tim Dietlifs. Like I said, big Sasquatch of a man.
Yeah.
Gets a little blurry. Dustin went off to find him, and he brought back, I think, a Sean Naden. They look very similar, so I think the Sasquatch thing really kicked in. We're going to cut to them, have Dustin and Sean have a little chat while they finish up this game.
Hello, everybody. I am back here with the #1 ranked player at LVO right now, and the only one who doesn't have to play in the Shadow Round, Mr. Sean Naden.
So excited! So excited!
So I guess I should ask first, what are your plans for tonight now?
I'm gonna get some dinner, catch a shower, relax, maybe get a bubble bath going. No, I don't know, but relax.
Sounds like a good night then. So how did your game go?
Really good games all weekend long. I hate playing the Shadow Round, and what I really want to try and win at these events is Renman best overall. So I knew I needed most points that I could get. So I figured my motto this year and in past years is all gas, no brakes. Just try to push it as fast and possible so you can score as many points to get the Renman award or something like that. And in this case, to avoid the Shadow Round, like I knew it was in first the last couple rounds. It started to circulate what the numbers would be, and I was like playing the math in my head. I'm like, okay, if we get down to 15, if I'm in first, I ain't playing. That's a huge advantage to not have to play an extra game, get dinner on time, not be up till like 1 o'clock in the morning by the time you get food or something like that. So I'm very blessed for that. I'm really thankful.
Yeah, exactly. That's a huge advantage that we need to talk about too, because not having to play that Shadowrun there's a huge tiring factor for it, playing 4 rounds a day.
It's one more game that you could lose against a really good opponent. So to make the top 8, the only year I've not made the top 8 was last year. I finished with no losses. I haven't lost in 2.5 years, 2 years at LVO. Like the last time I lost was like round 8 or 9 until Richard Siegler, like fucking 4 years ago now because of COVID or something.
So it's going pretty well for you then. So you're feeling the orcs now. You've moved off of Eldari. People have been asking about it.
They still have pointy ears. They're still an old one creation if you follow the lore. So like, I picked them up as a modeling project during COVID, and when I had my daughter last year and took 9 months off from the game to start this year post LVO, I just sat down and painted, and that's what I really spend most of my time. I almost play no games outside of events. I think I've played 2 games, 3 games all year outside of events. You know.
So you just hone the tournaments. This is where you live in your games right now. Do you have any practice partners at home that you play with?
I mean, I have a couple, like Alex Fennell, who we saw on stream and is a champion. He's very close to me. We live nearby, so every once in a while maybe we get a game. But we both have lives now. We both have kids, work, family, like all that kind of stuff. It's hard to get away. So I love tournaments because you can get that dedicated gaming in for the whole weekend and not have to worry about stuff. They'll getting texts from home and being like, "Oh, the kids are driving me up a wall" or whatever. I'm like, "Sorry, baby."
Sorry, baby.
It's LVO weekend.
It's LVO weekend, but I can go get my own dinner now because I don't have to play the Shadowrun. I don't know if you know. I don't know if you're going to tell her that, but the hot bubble bath sounds nice for you. You just relax, get your muscles all ready because you're going to be standing for another, hopefully 3 rounds for tomorrow, right?
Well, hopefully. I looked at it before the weekend when they announced the mission order. Day 1 was actually the weakest missions for my army. Day 2 is stronger. The round 1 tomorrow is the strongest orc mission. It's very strong for orcs, so I feel pretty good in that. And then round 2 tomorrow is table quarters, and you don't want to play orcs in table quarters. They go first. You're never getting out of your deployment zone. You're just getting pounded on turn 1, like all gas, no brakes.
All gas, no brakes. That's the motto for Sean Naden right now. Now, are there any of the top players that you're worried about right now that you think that you're going to have trouble into, or any of them that you need a different game plan into?
Tau is a terrible matchup for me. If a Tau player has a brain and goes first, I'm just going to lose. It's like there's almost nothing I can do. If they don't make several catastrophic errors, then I'm done. It's really like the orcs. The matchup there is terrible. If I go first, and again these 2 missions are pretty good, you start pretty close, then it gets squirrely. But Tau is just terrible, and I accept that, and that's modern 40k. There's going to be some bad matchups. You can't mitigate everything. Orcs have some really positivity that they can play. They can score a lot of points if you get good matchups. I've had a really good run of solid matchups. I've had a couple that were iffy, but like was able to power through them. But if you play Tau, you might as well just shake hands almost.
Well, thanks a lot for taking the time to interview with us. Good luck in the other rounds. Enjoy your bubble bath and your dinner tonight. And we'll probably be seeing him on stream at some point tomorrow. We'll be following the games as well. Thank you again for tuning in. And I'll try to get you an update on the last table here in 1 minute. And we're going to go back to the casters to finish off the game.
Congratulations to Sean Naden regaining his title of the top 8 king.
It's so exciting to hear. I mean, we were told at first that some of the draws or a draw might get into the Shadow Round. I'm glad that they went with this ruling of instead the number 1 player does get that free ride.
So with how many players there were at this freaking event, there was the possibility for there to be 16 undefeated players.
Yes.
If there were 16 undefeated players, Sean had to play. But there's 15 undefeated players and a couple of draws.
There were 4 or 5 players that went 5 wins and 1 draw, so they're going to miss out.
They're going to miss out. And then we're going to have 7, what sounds like 7 tables in the Shadow Round, or the round of 14 now.
Round of 14
and Sean
now
just gets to go home, put his feet up.
It's a big deal because, like I just said, 5 minutes ago, the Shadow Round takes the energy out of you.
It does.
Every top player that you talk to that has a shot, when you talk to them before round 6, their whole goal is how do I avoid the Shadow Round if I can, right?
Or if I can't, how do I make this next game super fast?
Yeah.
How do I get this done in 1 or 2 turns?
They either need a quick round 6
because it's 15 minutes. It's 15 minutes between this one ending and the Shadow Round starting. You can't walk from here to get a bite in 15 minutes.
Yeah, they force everybody out of the room, and then they get a stern talking to by the judges about how they're allowed to play, because the judges don't want to be here any longer than they
exactly
have to.
Right. They want to be out at the bar as well. But
so we just had the announcement for for the thank yous for Dice Down for the final round for AOS and for 40k for
There
round
you go.
6. Now our players here, they just shook hands. They did have an extra 5 minutes, so yeah, they're going to finalize their scores here. This is definitely going to be a big win for Matt Morosoli. He's making his way into the shadow round after this.
Absolutely.
What we're going to do, guys, we're going to just cut to some music while you kind of watch what these guys are doing. I'm going to go over, see if I can't get an interview with these two, and we'll be right back.
FLGN coverage of the Las Vegas Open is made possible by the generous support of our sponsors. Alkylabs.com, Matalis.com, Play with Magic, Frontline Gaming, Champions of Tabletop, Best Coast Pairings, competitive events made easier, The Army Painter, more time for gaming. Live game scores are powered by the Tabletop Battles app, available now on Android and coming soon to iOS.
Hello, ladies and freaking gentlemen. Welcome to the time between the shadows. As
Mic
the dawn
up.
rises,
Put your
this
mic up.
shall be our last little spot of the day. I'm here to tell you what is going to be happening, what you're going to be enjoying in the next kind of 15 to 20 minutes. We're going to go to a bit of a reel of some canned, wonderful interviews by Steve Joel after I tell you the standings and the state of play going into this round of 7, shadow round, whatever you want to call it. Sean freaking Naden, the maestro himself, the king of the top 8, has once again cashed his check. He is not going to be playing in the shadow round. He's going to get to put his feet up and chill and get a bite to eat. But these next following people, Nassim Fouchain, Jack Harpster, Alex McDougall, Mike Porter, Nick Nanavati, Matt Morosoli, Oliver Smith, Brad Chester, Matt Estrada, Ben Jones, Tim Dietleys. I understand he's a bit of a Sasquatch. Evan Thompson, TJ Lanigan shall be throwing down in a slobber knocker of 7 freaking tables. We're going to have one up here for you guys to be watching and enjoying for your viewing pleasure. Our good man Joe will be doing another one, and then we'll be having rolling updates of all other 5 freaking tables for your... I can't get more excited about this stuff. This stuff literally gets me out of bed in the morning. We have a bit of a faction breakdown for you of what has made our essentially top 15, so to speak. I mean, Sean's not playing, so we've got top 14 that are going to be playing for you. The faction breakdown sits as thus. In number 1 place, Tau. 4 players in representation, 2 of which are Tau Sept, 2 of which are Farsight Enclaves. They are going to be very hard to beat. I fully expect 2 of those to make it through this next round. 2 Space Marines, both of which are Blood Angels, one being the wonderful Jack Harpster you have seen on stream yourselves. Next up, we have Harlequins, both Light Satyrs, one of those being Mark Porter, who is one of my picks to go all the way, and definitely I pick him to go through as well. But we'll see what the matchup is. Next up, we have 2 Demon players, Nick Nanavati, who has been on stream for the lovely Joe, War Games Live, and Matt Morosoli, who you just saw, both playing near identical lists. Matt even, I believe, wrote Nick's list, and he's made about 2 or 3 alterations of his own. Then we have 1 Yunari player, absolute gent. We might have that one on stream because we haven't seen our Yunari yet. We've had very little Aldari on our stream in total. Then we have 1 T-Sons player, that is TJ Lanigan, playing with a couple of Flamers in tow. Then we have 1 CSM player. Only 1 made it through, and it is Emperor's Children. No surprises there. Could have been Crayson to Bile, depending on the run, but Emperor's Children holding strong. Lastly, 1 Tyrannid has made it, guys. I called for 2 Tyrannids and 2 Tau, or sorry, I think it was 2 Tyrannids and 2 T-Sons Flamers. That is impossibility. There's only 1 of each that has made the shadow round, let alone making it to the top 8. Alex McDougall, doing a replay of last year, has cashed his freaking check into the shadow round. Can he cash 1 more and be the lone hive mind represented in our top 8 starting tomorrow? That's the state of play. We're going to be right back after some canned interviews for you, your viewing pleasure. Got about 10 minutes between. We're going to have a nice bit of setup, nice bit of tap down. I'm going to rest my voice because it's going to be hot and freaking heavy, or slow and sultry. If you had joined us last year, we had a bit of an issue where we could be heard by the players, and we're sitting just off to the side there. So some AMSR is definitely a point. It's going to happen. We're going to go into golfer mode, into snooker mode. So stick with us. We'll be back soon. Take care and look after yourselves.